The team's coming out of the tunnel. Will they fly out of the traps in this first half?
Well, I think Hull will. I think they have to. I think that's where Coventry have to get the ball down and be confident in what they're about, and they've got quality throughout. You play through a perfect press. That perfect press has to step back and respect you a little bit. So that's what I'm expecting. Another
good crowd at the MKM Stadium for a very important match for the Tigers. Hull City, who welcome Coventry City. Victory for Hull would put them 5 points clear of the drop zone with 4 to play. Victory for the Sky Blues would put them 5 points clear of 7th with 4 to play in their race for the playoffs. Points mean everything in the Championship right now. Your live commentary on Talksport 2 is Hull City against Coventry City in the company of the former Scotland striker Chris Owellamo and Talksport's Mark Wilson.
Cheers, Hugh. Great atmosphere here at the MKM Stadium. Not been the happiest hunting ground, as you mentioned earlier, for Hull City this year, but if they can dig out a result tonight, we'll go a long way to securing their place in the Championship. For Coventry City, pretty simple now. If they win tonight and beat West Brom at the weekend, I think they're all but set for a playoff campaign. Hull make 2 changes from the side beaten at Watford. John Egan and Casey Palmer come in as Alfie Jones and Matt Crooks drop out. Panda is the goalkeeper. Coyle, Egan, Hughes and McLaughlin at the back. Slater and Alzate in midfield behind Gelhardt, Casey Palmer and Lincoln, who makes his first home start for the Tigers. João Pedro is Hull's top scorer with just 6 goals. That maybe tells its own story. On the bench, Lowe Tatala, the goalkeeper, Jones, Puerta, Drama, Crooks, Joseph, Amrabat, Kamara and Burstow. For Coventry, well, they're forced into 3 changes. Injuries could be a big hinder to their end of season campaign. Bobby Thomas, Victor Torp and Efron Mason Clark all missing tonight. Letibodiere, Sheaf and Sims come in then. So it's Collins in goal, Van Eyck, Letibodiere, Kitchen and De Silva across the back. Sheaf and Grimes holding. Sakamoto, Radoni and Hajirao will play on the left with Ellis Sims leading the Coventry line. On the bench, Ben Wilson the keeper, Binks, Allen, Patterson, Borders, Rodriguez, Bidwell, Bassett, Moore and Luke Bell. So they've got 2 goalkeepers on the bench for Coventry. It's the black and gold of Hull City and it's the white strip with the dark shorts of Coventry City. 2 teams, Chris Owellamo, desperate for points for different reasons. Who's going to come out on top tonight?
Well, it's just about who implements their style. You know, I think you look at it, Coventry, I think that last game they would have taken a lot of confidence from that, but you know, they have to sort out their away form. You know, lost the last 2. You know, it's, you know, I think the players themselves, they've got the experience to get the ball down and get it, but they've got to know that this whole side's going to go out in their faces, make it very difficult for them, but they have the quality in the likes of Grimes, Sheaf, Rodoni, that they can always have an outlet, so that's so important. But you know, you look at this whole side, you know, I think they don't concede many goals, so it's, can they then build on that, get into the right areas and create a few opportunities that they can actually capitalise on and put away?
It is a huge week of sport on the Talksport network. We're here tonight over on Talksport. You can listen to the Premier League as well as Bournemouth take on Fulham. That's live and exclusive over on Talksport. Hull going from right to left. They launch the ball downfield and all in green. Brad Collins comes out to collect. He just throws the ball onto the penalty spot and he'll kick it long and downfield. Tomorrow, our attention turns to Europe. All the goals as they go in from the Champions League, EFL and a Women's Super League as well, including that Villa Paris Saint-Germain game. Wednesday, Real Madrid Arsenal live on Talksport and Newcastle Palace live on Talksport 2 as well. And then on Thursday, it's Manchester United, Lyon and Frankfurt Tottenham in the Europa League. Right, we are here in the Championship and it's Derby who are enjoying the possession at the moment, just passing the ball around at the back. Those injuries will hurt and they'll be hoping, certainly Frank Lampard will be hoping, Chris, that they're not too bad and hopefully they'll get them back for a playoff campaign.
Yeah, massive loss, isn't it? When you're looking at...
well, here's a nice ball forward. Sorry for Sims, who's hooked it over the goalkeeper. And it goes wide of the target. A big ooh goes around the ground crew. I mean, there was nothing on for Ellis Sims there. It's a great effort. And he's got the visitors on the front foot here, Coventry.
Well, it's a great little ball down the side. Ellis Sims is onto it. But what's Pandua, the Hull City goalkeeper, doing? He's come out. He's in absolute no man's land. In fairness to Ellis Sims, the quality that he's got, he's seen that. He's put his foot through it, just never right. The connection wasn't the best, in fairness.
I think they're offside here. They've just gone a yard too soon down the near side, and that'll be frustrating there, because Lincoln it was who just wandered offside after Regan Slater went on a really amazing run. Just going back to that chance at the other end, if the goalkeeper stays in front of goal, Ellis Sims has got nothing on at all, has he there?
He's got absolutely nothing on him, so I'm surprised that Pandur's came out. In fairness to Ellis Sims, he just put the laces through it. He's got it up over the goalkeeper, but just the accuracy wasn't on it. But there you go, Lincoln there, he has to just hold his run. McLaughlin, he's coming forward, he passes it. Lincoln, he can move. He's fast across those first couple of yards. He doesn't need to really steal a yard there.
As Bournemouth have hit the front over on Talksport, lead by a goal to Nel Semenyo with a goal there. Here come Coventry, good cross it towards the far post. McLaughlin's just going to turn it behind. It was good work from Rodoni over on the left-hand side. Then the cross was whipped in, and McLaughlin no choice but to knock it behind for a corner. And you'd have to say at the moment it's Coventry who started very much the brighter.
Yeah, definitely. I think there you look at Sakamoto as well. For me, he has to break his neck to get across. McLaughlin there, if he does, then he's getting an opportunity at goal. Fantastic ball in. But like you say, using it, playing through the thirds, Coventry with confidence.
Corner for Coventry, going to be an in-swinger taken by Rodoni, former Huddersfield player. Going to swing it in on his left boot. Everybody back for Hull. We've had nearly 3 minutes here on Talksport 2. It's 0-0. Hull against Coventry. As there's an option for the short corner, that's waved away. It's going to be delivered in towards the 6-yard box, and he's headed powerfully. Keeper palms it off the line and away. That was so close. Panda with a reflex save, and he was lucky the header was straight at him.
Yeah, it's a fantastic ball in. I think it was it Latibaudiere, was it? But had a free header, tried to generate the power, hit it into the ground, took it right at Pandur, and he couldn't take it in his hands.
Another cross comes in from the left here now, is headed back down into the penalty area, and that was half a chance again for the visitors. But now a possible break with Palmer, feeds it wide to Joe Gelhardt. Gelhardt over the halfway line, driving in towards goal. Only one defender between him. Half through the attempted tackle there of Grimes, who was back covering, and Gelhardt will need some support, and it arrives now.
That's a great ball in there, I've got to say. I think Latibaudière's kept it alive. Ben Sheaf's got to be alive to it.
Here's a ball into the box at the other end, and it's headed away by Coventry, and it's going to go out of play on this near side for a throw-in. They can't keep it in, Coventry.
It just shows you, I think... Obviously, Coventry overcommitted. The corner kick kept it alive. Ball goes in the box. Players still very much advanced, and it just shows you the quality of Hull from back to front, and the pace of the break.
They do like to play on the break, Hull. That is their go-to attacking threat. Now they've got a throw here with Lincoln on this near side. Everybody back, barring Ellis Sims for Coventry. They're going to look to launch it in. It's a decent long throw towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It's flicked on off the Coventry head, and now the break could be on the other way as Sims was on his bike and now will be asked to chase. He's up against Coyle. It's a mismatch in size, but the ball will skip away, and Coyle is in the right place to watch it out for a throw-in. Nearly 5 gone here. It's Hull 0, Coventry 0.
Well, I'm very surprised at that. I think obviously Lincoln's got the throw-in for Hull in the attacking thirds, and it's Louis Coyle and Ellis Sims are the only 2 players on the halfway line. So for me, as soon as Bradley Collins gets that ball, that goes long. Ellis Sims actually coming towards the ball. You stay in your own half until he kicks it, and then it's a running race. Louis Coyle's not going to beat you in an aerial duel.
Well, here's a chance now for Pedro. Can he get in behind the Coventry defence? Well, he did, but he's now deemed to have given away a foul and a free kick on Liam Kitching. And João Pedro stays down right over on the far side.
There's just no need for it for Pedro. It's an excellent ball, way to pass. He's done well to actually ask the question in behind João Pedro, but he's trying to leave one on. Kitchen there, and he actually comes off worse off. He just has to be very, very careful. He sees red very easily, João Pedro.
We mentioned that we've got a bumper week of football. What about Good Friday? 4 games from the Championship, and all with massive implications. Derby Luton kicks it off live and exclusive Talksport 2, 12:30. Then we've got Coventry against West Brom. That, as it stands, is 6th against 7th in the Championship. Then we go to Bramall Lane with Full of Nerves. 3 successive defeats for the Blades. They take on Cardiff, who are deep in relegation trouble. And we round off the night at Oxford as they take on Leeds, who are gunning for promotion. 4 huge games. You'll hear them all live and exclusive across the Talksport network. If you've not got the Talksport app, you really should have it by now. It's free and available in all the usual places. Allows you to swipe left and right between Talksport, Talksport 2 and all our other sister stations and other content as well. Here at the MKM, it's 0-0 as Collins floats a ball out to Van Ivik on this near side. He looks to go past his man, but Slater dispossesses him. Lincoln then takes it off him. He's bundled over, and it's a free kick on halfway for Hull City. It's been quite a frantic start, hasn't it?
I think it's to be expected. You know, I think both teams, of on the ball are using the ball very, very well. And then I think when you don't have the ball, I think both teams are showing that experience and discipline as well, that they're dropping in, they're being compact. That midfield is where this game's going to be won or lost. You know, I think who wants it more, who can go and get it in difficult areas. You know, as soon as they kind of play through that first 2, 3, 4, 5 man press, that's when you want to get the ball in those areas. And at the minute, you know, I think even though Coventry have probably had more of it, Hull looked the more dangerous for the fact that this is how they play. They're used to not having too much of the ball.
Yeah. Ball at the back here. Mentioned earlier on, you was talking about some of the talent that is not available to Hull City. The likes of Louis Barry, who's only played 4 games, having joined from Villa, had a bumper start to his season at Stockport. He came here, hopes high, and he got injured. And very reminiscent to last season when Liam Delatt was here on loan and got injured just about Christmas time. And you look what he's gone on to achieve in the Premier League, and wonder if he'd have stayed here fit last year, where would Hull be now? Certainly wouldn't be in the bottom echelons of the Championship, I don't think, that is for sure. Ball out wide on the near side. Here is Sakamoto. He just pops the ball off to Rodoni, gets it back. Sakamoto, Sims and right wide in the middle. Here is Sims, trying to take it on the turn, but his touch just let him down a slight bit. And now Palmer, after a good layout from João Pedro. Palmer ran away from his support. Gelhardt made a great run, and they're going to try and find him. That's a peach of a pass. Takes it on the chest, just forces him slightly wide. Needed a bit more of a firmer touch there, Joe Gelhardt. He'd have been in on goal, and now he wins a corner. Or does he? No, it's a goal kick.
Well, I've got to say it's fantastic from both teams. Sakamoto and Rodoni down this right-hand side. Great ball in. Sims has to be better. You know, they'll either take the shot on first time, or it's a little quick touch to get this, just to create the yard to get the shot away. Excellent little bit of quality as well. Fantastic ball from McLaughlin onto Gelhardt. And I just don't understand it, because the flight of the ball, he's read it very well. He takes it on the chest, but he has to take his touch across the defender, and then that's it. He's getting an opportunity one-on-one with the goalkeeper there. He actually takes it onto his right foot away from goal, and obviously gives away a goal kick. But that's an opportunity, big opportunity.
Yeah, Gelhardt on loan here from Leeds. Contributed 3 goals so far. Ball over the top for Sims. Can he take it in his stride? He does get a touch on it. He's forced wide. He's going to hit it early, and Panda beats it away into the ground, and then rather fortuitously the ball just fell underneath him as he fell to the ground. But that was a good strike from Ellis Sims.
Well, that's the outlet every single time for Bradley Collins. You go top, because I don't understand why they're allowing the ball to bounce. I think you're looking at centre backs there. They have to come through and make sure you're strong. Ellis Sims has got the legs. When he gets going, he's right up there. If anything, with his shot, he got the power behind it, but it was straight at the hands of Pando. Has to hit it into the ground, make it difficult for the goalkeeper in that situation.
It was a tight angle. I think Lincoln's gone offside again here. That's twice in quick succession. He's just wandered harmlessly offside. Yeah,
what I will say, I think João Pedro, Lincoln, even Casey Palmer, when Alzate gets the ball, you know, they are trying to stretch the pitch, they are trying to play on the shoulder. So as soon as you get possession of the ball, you should know your players. Can it go on behind with a little bit of quality, and they're offside? So the players are automatically trying to stretch the pitch all the time. So it goes a little bit 2 ways. Okay, Lincoln, can you back up a little bit, or can that ball come forward a little bit quicker?
Rounder over on Talksport. Bournemouth 1, Fulham 0. Semenyo with a goal in the opening minute there. Here it's 0-0. Live on Talksport 2, your home of the EFL. Ball out wide on the left. Here's Hadji Wright. Wright cuts in, goes past one. Looks for the layoff, just pops off the pass to Ben Sheaf. He tried to feed it forward, it's cleared away. Now potentially forward come Hull again. Palmer has it, started the season with Coventry, and he's overrun that one, but he's going to earn a free kick. And the referee, I think, wants a word with somebody. He's just stopped play. He wants a word with Ben Sheaf here, and he's just pointing out something over on the far side. I'm not sure what's happened there, but the referee is having a word with Ben Sheaf. No cards issued or anything like that, but maybe an incident on the far side between Gelhardt and the fullback over on that far side, De Silva.
Yeah, he's definitely pointed in De Silva's direction there. You know, maybe there's something from the linesman that the referee's been told, but goes straight away to the Coventry captain to let him know. Like you say, good officiating.
Here's Lincoln, nice pass from McLaughlin, chips the ball over the top looking for Regan Slater, just had to wait for it to bounce, and as he plays it forward, it should be cleared away by Coventry, and it is. And good work there from Rodoni. Did well midway inside his own half, retains possession, and forward come Coventry.
Yeah,
again.
I'm not having that from Regan Slater at all there. I don't know why he's went with the foot. If he goes with the head or the chest, he completely takes Latibaudia out the game, but he might take a sore one. And that's the difference here. And he goes in and goal. He's actually taken that touch into the 18-yard box here if he gets away from Latibaudia.
Down this near side, Sakamoto has it out for a throw-in that Van Eyck will take. Two managers are out on the edge of their technical area. Now the two sets of coaching staff are all back inside the Coventry half. They'll play it across from Latibaudia. 0-0 here. We've had 12 gone. Ball played into the halfway line, and Hadji right on the move. Oh, he's hit that too early there. He's looking for Sakamoto. I think the pass was on, Chris. We just didn't get hold of it.
Yeah, he's tried to go between McLaughlin and Hughes there. I just feel that he had to just go give it to Sakamoto, give it to his feet. He can run, he can be direct, he can make things happen on his own. 1v1 scenario with McLaughlin there, that'd have been game on. So Hadji Wright, fantastic bit of quality as well. Gets it from Grimes, great little touch into the centre circle, and he has so much room for error for the pass there, Mark, as well.
Yeah, ball being played around at the back. Charlie Hughes been impressive this season for the Tigers. Their defence has been really good. Outside the top 10, they've got the best defensive record. The problem is they're the second lowest scorers in the division, and that's been what's hurt them this season. Did lose some of their big attacking threats early in the campaign, the likes of Liam Miller, injured early in the season. It's been a little bit unfortunate on that side of things for them, but Louis Barry's mentioned another one. A bit of a game of chess here. Hull just stood waiting for Coventry to come out of position. They didn't, and now Gelhardt has it over on the right, gives it to Coyle, another former Leeds player. He gets it away. Here now, driven forward, is Palmer. Palmer, that's a nice pass. Invites Coyle into the box, but just a little bit too far in front of him. And Jay De Silva's there to knock it out for a throw in far side. Yeah,
quality, using the ball very well. Hull City, great little weight of pass there from Palmer. I think Louis Coyle was waiting too much rather than anticipating the pass. It allowed De Silva to come in with a timely challenge and get that there. If Louis Coyle's on the front foot, I think he's going to get there first, and it's in the box as well. So De Silva has to stay on his feet in that moment.
Long throw in again from Lincoln, this time over on the Hull right. 0-0, 14 gone, live on Talksport 2. Two teams desperate for points. There's a ball propelled into the 6-yard box. McLaughlin got something on it, and it's cleared away towards the edge of the penalty area. Hull will recycle it with Slater. He's got João Pedro with him wide on the left. He heads off in field. Can he deliver a cross? Tries to float onto the far post. It's headed away, and it should be cleared by De Silva on this near side. He just rolls it back, and Van Eyck hits it long and downfield, and it's gone out of play for a throw-in.
There's been two long throws come in from Lincoln, and both have missed the first 4 or 5 block, and it's bounced. That one bounced twice in the 6-yard box. That has to be attacked. For one, read the flight of the ball, know what Lincoln's got, and then be that one that arrives at the right. I just don't understand, even from a Coventry point of view defensively, that's poor, that it takes 3 players out.
Yeah, well, the ball is all the way back with Ivor Pando at the other end of the field, all in fluorescent pink tonight. Brad Collins going for the more traditional green goalkeeping strip. 0-0 here. Mark Wilson with the former Scotland striker Chris O'Elamo.
Yeah, it's funny, you look at the likes of Egan, Hughes, when they get the ball, you called it in your commentary, they just sit. He's on.
Here's McLaughlin chasing a long ball. He edges it into the box. What's he taking out? He gets it to Lincoln, who tries to pull it back, and it's put behind for a corner. That was a great pass, and McLaughlin did really well there.
Fantastic for McLaughlin. Great energy down this left-hand side. He timed it well. He's onside. He took a sore one as well, by the way. I thought the referee didn't even play on, just ignored it. But I think I needed more from Lincoln. He's 1-on-1. He's driving into the 6-yard box with the defender to beat. Gets round the side, but there's no one that's making his mind up, breaking his neck to get into the central area. Everyone's just watching. That's when you've got to break your neck to get across the front man.
Well, if there is a criticism of Hull, they are easy on the eye at times, but they're not clinical in front of goal. Can they make this early pressure count? Ball played short to Coyle, near post. Oh, that's an awful short corner. You can see what the plan was, but it was nowhere near being executed. And now forward skips Sakamoto, and he's over the halfway line. He's running out of support. Coyle is the nearest Hull defender to him. Sakamoto's going to have to try and win something here, and he wins a throw-in. Look, if you're going to play a short corner like that, you need to be efficient with a pass, and Coyle's pass was, well, it was almost telegraphed where it was going.
Yeah, but with the quality he's got, he should know that. You know, I think it's one of those things, it's straight off the training ground. It's just not, it has to be executed perfectly, because that opportunity's gone now. And like you say, Coventry, with the quality they got, Sakamoto down this right hand side, another long throw coming into the box.
I sometimes think, Chris, when you're struggling for goals, why are you not just putting corners into the penalty area and seeing what happens? They've got plenty of big bodies. Here, though, Coventry are going to launch their own long throw. That's a good one as well. Headed away, edge of the area. Alzate will get something on it, but then heads it back towards his own penalty area. It's picked up on this near side, and here come Coventry again. Latibodiere puts the cross in. Lovely cushioned header. Gets it to Alzate. Now Palmer is on the break. Palmer just looks a little bit reluctant to go past people at the moment. Just seems to want to have that secure first touch. Now he's on it on the near touchline, and he gets it away to Regan Slater, and it feels a bit flat. I'm going to be honest, it feels a bit flat. I'll be here on Friday for the derby between Hull FC and Hull Kingston Rovers. This place will be going off when the Super League's here, but tonight pretty much everyone's sat on their hands at the minute. Yeah, well, I'm surprised at Coventry. That defensive line's not helping the midfield and the attacking line to go and push on. They are sitting very much off. They are very good playing out from the back, Hull. They're comfortable getting the ball in tight areas as well. But I just think that Coventry are giving them far too much respect. And you're looking at when they do go and press, they're going as ones. It's easy for Hull to play through, as again they've just shown here. Lincoln, tell you what, it's a timely challenge from Latibodiere on Lincoln as well. Yeah, he thought he was in. That was a bit of a dubious throw in. Here's McLaughlin, puts in a great ball into the box. Gelhardt was arriving, but it was headed away. And to be fair to Gelhardt, he's left one on the defender there. I think it's Liam Kitchen who got a good header away, but Joe Gelhardt had a free one there, and he's left one on him. Yeah, to be fair, I've got to say, I think it was an excellent ball in from McLaughlin. Gelhardt is reacting to it rather than anticipating it go there, so he has come in hard on Kitchen, but I think he should be getting across that. He should be making sure that it's a whole contact. It's an excellent ball in from McLaughlin. 0-0 here. Hull Coventry, busy week ahead, busy few weeks, closing stages to the EFL before every playoff game will be live on the Talksport network. Can't wait for those to get underway. Gonna have to be a little bit more patient. No, we're going to have to wait a couple of weeks to know who's going to be in them first. Coventry hoping they will be one of the 4 teams in the Championship playoffs. They are at the moment. Going to win tonight. They'll be 5 clear of West Brom, who they meet on Saturday. Oh, sorry, on Good Friday, live on Talksport. Easter is going to be crazy, isn't it, this year, the football? The 2 games over the weekend. A lot is going to be decided. Here come Coventry again. It is a very slow game at the moment. Both sides happy to be in possession. Kitchen has it in the centre circle. Tell you what, the passing stats should be good tonight, Chris. Anyway, they're just rolling 5-yard passes to each other. Definitely, I think both teams as well. And it's just Coventry, they're not really kind of going anywhere with the passing. You know, but look at this whole side without the ball. You know, they've got a real understanding. There's the ball down the channel looking for Van Eyck, who got something on it. Can he win the second ball? He can. He's done really well there. Well, then he lets the ball roll out, and it's a throw into Hull, so he really should have kept that one in. But that maybe sums up the opening 20 minutes so far, where it's Hull City 0, Coventry City 0. Yeah, Van Eyck, you know, I think always asking that question down the side. Great energy as well. Not a bad first touch as well, but he's straight away. He had Hughes in his face, forcing him away. But usually with the quality that he's got, he can make things happen in those tight scenarios, Van Eyck. He can. Pedro wins it. Ball played forward, picked up by Slater, who did well because the pass wasn't meant for him. Then a bit of a switch from McLaughlin. Gets it to Coyle. He's got Gelhardt in front of him. Opts instead to go back to Panda, who will kick it high towards Gelhardt, and Palmer has made a run over the halfway line. Ball taken away from them by Matt Grimes, and he'll head it back inside his own half. You are listening to Hull City against Coventry City in the EFL Championship, live on Talksport 2 with McDonald's. Automatic delivery on the app and get rewards points. 18 plus, participate in restaurants. Delivery fees and terms apply. See mcdonalds.com. 0-0 here then. 1-0 over on Talksport. Bournemouth with an early goal as they take on Fulham. Who would have thought the start of the season, Chris, we'd be talking about Bournemouth and Fulham as a game with European implications. Here goes Sakamoto now down the right-hand side, plays a lovely ball in, driven low by Haji Wright, and that is a fine stop from Ivor Panda down low to his left, because Haji Wright got plenty of that, and it's a good stop from the Hull City keeper. Yeah,
excellent save, isn't it? Got himself down to it, hands on it, kept the ball alive as well, but fantastic play. Sakamoto just thinking head up, has that composure, fires it across right at the penalty spot as well. Haji Wright comes, doesn't need to take a touch, takes it first time, great connection, on target.
Alzate's given it away here. There might be another chance for Haji Wright. He's into the box now on his left foot, smashes this one. It's another great save from Panda, this time low to his right hand side, beats it behind for a corner, but Alzate there giving the ball away. Risky stuff, and Coventry just starting to threaten here. Still 0-0.
Yeah, very unlike Alzate there, but like you say, Ellis Sims, Haji Wright working that. He just had to he manipulated the ball onto his left, and he just went with power at that near post. Good strong right hand from Panda in the Hull City goal. Excellent save.
Corner going to be delivered from the far side. Coventry about to break the deadlock here. Panda with two great saves to keep out Haji Wright. Corner going to be floated towards the far post, and it's too high for everybody. Coyle will hope to get hold of it. He's trying to wrestle as it rolls out, and Coyle does well, holds off Sakamoto, and it's out for a throw-in. But just the first real signs that Coventry starting to get their sights when it comes to attacking that whole goal.
Yeah, of course. I think when you've got the likes of Rodoni, Haji Wright, Sakamoto in behind Ellis Sims, and the likes of Sheaf and Grimes, you're expecting a lot. Good quality down both flanks, someone in that 10 that knows how to play it, and it's just about end product at the minute. Just that quality's kind of let them down, that final pass, that final decision.
Here's a quick pass from Haji Wright, finds Ellis Sims, he gets it to Sheaf, back to Haji Wright. Touch wasn't great, first touch, but then a second touch and almost got inside the box, but it's cleared away, and it's headed back by Latibaudiere, who gets it back on halfway. 0-0 here, but Coventry just starting to up the ante a little bit here. Hull being pushed backwards, and Hull just trying to hold their shape at the moment. Reminder that Hull start the night 2 points above the drop zone.
Yeah, well, Haji Wright's just floated right in beside Ellis Sims. Jade Silver's just pushed on a little bit. It just shows you that maybe Coventry are getting a little bit more of a foothold in the game, keeping that pressure on. Yeah, look at the way that they're pressing as well. Rodoni, Sims, and then they just stop. I think that's a real opportunity. Get after the goalkeeper, force issue. If he goes long, then you defensive unit will win that ball. You make sure that you pick up the second ball there.
It is an interesting run-in for Hull, should they not get points tonight. Swansea away, Preston at home, then Derby and Portsmouth. Those could be real six-pointers, as the crossfield switch from Slater is far too straight, and Brad Collins will come scampering across his penalty area and collect the ball, and he'll bowl it out to Liam Kitchen and say, here, you get on with this. 0-0.
It is the out ball, though, that big switch is, but I think it's the likes of McLaughlin or the centre-back, Hughes or Egan, to either side that can play that. I don't think Slater coming as deep as that. Can he go and get a little bit forward and try and affect it in a positive way?
Well, there goes Milan Van Eyck into the area, lays it off for Sims, who just dwelt in his run there, and I think he's actually run into the Hull defender, and the Hull defender's come off worse. He's gone down to the ground, and looks a painful one here for the Hull player. Maybe got a bang in the back there.
Yeah, Ellis Sims, obviously, for me, Van Eyck's done ever so well. He's driving, he doesn't need to pass the ball. I think he can take another touch into the 18-yard box. He's not really committed to the defender in front of him. Both defenders are following.
They've followed Sims,
aren't they? So that's for Sims has done his job.
Yeah.
That's for Van Eyck to actually drive into the 18-yard box and maybe take the opportunity on himself there. But I think he'd already made his mind up. I'm going to slot one down the side, and Ellis Sims was always going to be second best to that.
Here's Coyle over on the far side, 25 gone, live on Talksport 2. That was Chris Owellamo, Hughes and Croft back at base tonight, taking you through all the action here at the MKM. It's a bit of a slow burner, if we're honest, but look, there's so much at stake for both sides. You can perfectly understand why that would be. It is 0-0. There have been chances, a couple just recently for the visitors, Coventry. So Hull have a throw in that Coyle is wanting to take. Gelhardt eventually shows for him and then turns away from one. Looks to work it over the halfway line. De Silva nicks it off him. Here's Hadji Wright. Got a hat-trick against Sunderland recently. He's had a wow of a season. Missed a few games, but when he has been fit, he's been banging in the goals, hasn't he?
Yeah, no, he's got all the attributes to be absolutely outstanding. For me, you just see little flashes of it. You know, he's going to be judged on goals, and his goal returns not bad at all.
Yeah.
But with the quality that he's got, Mark, he can take every game by the scruff of the neck and make real positive influence.
Yeah, well, he's got 8 in his last 12.
Yeah, it's unbelievable return.
It is. Ball played forward. Rodoni flicks it round the corner to Hadji Wright. He lays it back on the far side. Ball played forward. Now Sheaf's got room to turn. Could be a break on here for Coventry. Driving forward. Ball played out to the left-hand side. Ellis Sims way. It's in the middle. The cross was driven too near the keeper. And Panda once again shows good hands as he takes in that low-driven cross. Still 0-0.
Yeah, you know what? I don't mind that. I think Sheaf done everything right there. He was driving towards the Hull City defence. As soon as he commits the defender, he releases the ball to Rodoni, and he just goes for power. He gets his head up. He puts it between the last defender and goalkeeper as hard as he can. And again, I've got to say, I just need a little bit more from an Ellis Sims. I need a little bit more from a Sakamoto there. Can you get across the face of the goalkeeper? All it needs is that little touch. You just have to get there first.
Ball works its way across to the near side. Here's Hughes, pokes it back to his goalkeeper. All in pink, gets it away over on the far side, and forward will come Hull with John Egan. Plays it down the right touchline. De Silva extends his leg, nicks it away. And now the ball in midfield and back inside the back four of Coventry, who've, you have to say, been the better side thus far. They've certainly began to grow into this game after a bit of a slow start for them, but they're looking quite calm and in control. They won it late, didn't they, at the weekend against Portsmouth. Ball whipped round the corner, was given away, and that may be a forced pass there. Slater takes it off Charlie Hughes. I think wanted to go on with a run there. He gets it to Lincoln, and Van Eyck backheels it to Sakamoto, and Coventry have it again, and they just look a little bit more composed on the ball at the moment. A crowd of 21,659 in here tonight. The away end is full, that is for sure. There's not a spare seat to be had in the Coventry end. Here now is Alzate on halfway, under pressure from Sheaf. We'll just roll it back on the far side. I think the Hull fans are a little bit annoyed here at the pace of the play from Hull. They want it a little bit more quicker and more precise. Yeah. It's all a little bit slow at the minute.
I do understand that, but there is a lot on the game. You know, I think it is important that they don't concede that first goal. You know, I think they're taking their moments where, yeah, they're kind of, I wouldn't say they're having to manage the game. Yeah, they've conceded a few opportunities, but they have shown real quality themselves, and that speed of attack. I think it's an excellent challenge from Casey Palmer there. I think it's an outstanding challenge. Gets the ball as well. Alzate's onto it, driving forward. Sheaf was just too many touches.
Here now goes Rodoni down the Coventry right hand side. Van Eyck gets it forward. Here's Rodoni again, midway inside the opposition half, just pokes it to Sims, who can't hold off the attentions of the defender. Palmer, neat touch. João Pedro's made a good run, but that's a nice pass to Coyle. Coyle now drives over halfway. Gelhardt away to the right, maybe passed it a little bit too early there. Coyle will get it back. There's only one to aim at in the middle, and it's cleared away by Kitchen. I just think there Coyle maybe got to travel a bit further with that ball and commit one or two more defenders.
Yeah, you're spot on. I've got to say, Casey Palmer, excellent touch as well. Fired it out to Coyle, and you know what? He took it so well, never had to break his stride. Driving with pace. That Coventry defence is dropping, but he's not committed to the defender. Gives it to Gelhardt. It hasn't affected anything. You know, he takes that extra touch, pulls the defender out. Then Gelhardt can actually take his touch into the box or get his head up and pick someone out. Yeah,
I just think Coyle travels another 5 yards. The shot then becomes an option. Coventry may be a bit more aware of that, but they've dealt with it anyway. Coventry, ball on halfway. You saw Palmer tried to feed João Pedro a nice little ball, but fair play to the visitors, they defended it well. It's still 0-0, half an hour gone already here on Talksport 2 tonight. All down the touchline for Lincoln. I think he's got a right to expect Casey Palmer to be on his toes there. He was stood on heels, and the ball's cleared away by Collins. Rodoni beaten in the air. We'll get it straight back. Hull here. Alzate gets it. He now feeds it forward, but just the pass is not quite finding their feet at the moment. Here now is Hadji Wright. Just stops on the edge of the centre circle. I think this game's there to be won for either team. I think it's just who's going to be brave enough to go and win it, Chris.
Well, that's it exactly. Look at this.
Here's a run from Sims, who goes round 2, then puts a cross in. The sad thing for Ellis Sims, he could have done with being on the end of that cross, not the guy delivering it, but it's cleared away by Hull, and they'll play it forward. I get the feeling as João Pedro is wrestled to the ground rather unnecessarily there by the Coventry defence. I just think the Hull fans are a little bit impatient. I think they feel they're being a little bit passive. They're almost showing Coventry too much respect.
No, well, there. I think you're looking at Louis Coyle. Get in, make sure you make that contact to Ellis Sims. Like you say, when the big man gets going, he can cover the ground there. And then Kitchen's having a proper go at the referee there, because João Pedro, it's definitely, they're both at it, hands all over each other. He's backing in. Liam Kitchen just threw him to the ground, and rightfully so. The referee's giving Hull City a free kick. It must be an absolute nightmare to defend against João Pedro.
Yeah, well, the ball from McLaughlin goes straight to the green shirt of Brad Collins, and forward now will come the visitors again into Rodoni, Manevai. So, again, maybe the visitors could have gone forward there. They were a little bit reluctant to take that risk. Ball here picked up by Hughes. He will be positive. He sets off with a run, gets it away to Slater. Slater was looking for an out ball on the left. There was nobody there. Gets it to João Pedro, shows too much of it. Sakamoto all of a sudden is a threat here. Could break forward. Well, he's played a ball there. I'm not quite sure who he was passing to. To me, it looked like he was passing to the Hull City goalkeeper, which is exactly where it ended up. Yeah,
I think he just needed to go down the line to Rodoni, who's made an excellent run. As soon as he cuts in onto his left foot, he's either got to go into Sims or just kind of slow it down, maybe go back to the likes of Schiffer or Grimes there. But you're spot on. Slater's got great control of the ball, and he got his head up there, and Lincoln's just drifting again, but it has to go first time. He's playing right on the line, Lincoln, and I just think Slater, he went into the feet of Casey Palmer, but it was a poor ball.
Yeah, they have got attacking options on the bench of Hull, like Sir Matt Crooks, Carl Joseph, Abu Kamara, and even Gustavo Puerta in that middle of the field might just appreciate the time that some of these Hull players are getting. Here's Gelhardt, wide on the right. Looks now to drive forward, finds Coyle. First time ball in, keeper. Well, it looked to me like he could have claimed that at the near post. He didn't claim it, and Lincoln couldn't keep it in on this near side. It went all the way through the 6-yard box there, but a little bit of indecision maybe from Collins.
Yeah, I've got to say, Collins, I don't think he expected the cross. It was excellent play from Gelhardt and Louis Coyle. No backlift at all, and it's an excellent ball in. But this is where I think you've got to know your players. You've got to know the quality of Louis Coyle. Does he have to look? For me, I'd always break my neck to get round the back post area there, so you're gambling, so you can actually see everything, so you can go and attack it, keep it alive, flick it into the danger area again. I never seen anyone, it was all reacting to it. Lincoln trying to keep the ball alive.
Ball forward by Coventry, and Hull get it back to Pando Meadows. Couple of good saves to deny Hadji Wright around about 20 minutes into this one. It is 0-0 if you just joined us. Coventry in the top 6. Hull, as it stands, 2 places and 2 points above the drop zone. Oh, that was coming into it. A point here would obviously lift them 3 away. And the one good thing in their favour is that pretty good goal difference. They're on -9, and most of the teams around them are in the -20s or high teens.
Would you say both teams have come out, and the way it's playing, it's like they've come out not to lose the game?
Yes, that's exactly what I would say.
Yeah. And this is what I don't understand, but the nerves that's on the game, are they just feeling each other out for the first half, maybe the last little bit? Both teams have shown quality, but there's no real intensity. Like now, look at this. There's no one pressing Bradley Collins with the ball, and it's the exact same when it's Egan or Hughes that have the ball for Hull City. There's no real intensity to go as a unit. Let's go and get the ball back.
Well, here's a chance now, because Hadji Wright's been played in by Sims. He's in at the edge of the area now, drives towards goal, puts it across the goal, and it's cleared away in the end by Hull. Desperate last-ditch challenge, and it was a much-needed one as well. John Egan it was who got the clearance away over on the far side. But I just think if you're Coventry, get the ball to Hadji Wright and Ellis Sims, and it looks like things are going to happen.
Yeah, I think any one of that front four, get the ball. They can all run with the ball. They can use the ball very well, and they have that quality to execute a pass as well. So yeah, you're spot on. I think Hadji Wright there, fantastic quality down the left-hand side. I just felt there was no real conviction on the pass. It was just put into an area rather than trying to pick something out. And in fairness to John Egan, he just got himself there and put the foot through it.
Ball played forward. Coventry pick it up again. They misplaced the pass, and Gelhardt skips past one. He's over halfway. João Pedro inside him, looking for the crossfield switch, looking for Lincoln on this near side. Van Ewijk is quick and will get across and beat him to it. And now just has to poke it out for a throw. But that was more like it. Gelhardt did really well on the right there for Hull. And that was a little bit more pace in the Bright. I think when Hull play quickly, they look a lot better team.
Yeah, they do. For me, I think Gelhardt didn't have to make the big switch of play pass. I think he could have still just kind of drive forward with the ball, allow the likes of Casey Palmer, João Pedro to get up to speed as well. Lincoln's there, so that's always going to be an option. If anything, he has to fire it across the ground into that space between the last defender. But it's a hard pass to execute. Look at the
long throw again. Here it is from Lincoln. Not quite as much purchase on it, but it is still flicked into the area. Hits on the volley by Gelhardt from 20 yards out. Cannons off De Silva. Sims is trying to put the brakes and the burst on the far side, but he can't do it. It's out for a throw into Coventry. It is still 0-0. 37 gone. A game of very few chances at the moment. Those two for Hadji Wright that Panda saved down low to his left and then down low to his right. The nearest we've come to a goal yet. Or with Collins, who again, everyone just stands off him and says, well, you can have it. We're not bothered when you've got it.
See, the thing is, with Collins, Matt Grimes and Sheaf are always an outlet. So when you're looking at Pedro, Palmer and Lincoln, when they want to go press, they need to understand the likes of Alzate and Slater are there, stopping. So if they're going to go, they have to all go together as a five. But that all stands from the defensive line. That they can only do that if that defensive line is up.
Great tackle from Alzate. And now the ball breaks for Lincoln. Into the edge of the area. Feeds it for Slater. Puts the cross in. Must be. Oh, cleared off the line from Palmer. Palmer cleared off the line again. And then he's hit off a Coventry defender and goes wide of the target. Best chance for Hull City. And twice they had an opportunity to turn it in, and twice they were denied by goal line clearances. Quickly taken free kick at corner. Sorry, here's Slater now. Slater whips the ball in, cleared away, and the ball up to halfway. How close was that?
Well, it's excellent defending. Casey Palmer's hit the target on 2 occasions there with power as well. I think it was Kitchen, the first one, and then it was Matt Grimes, the second one, where he's had to kind of swivel, but he's still got the power on the shot. And Matt Grimes just took the sting out of it there. Fantastic defending. There was 3-4 bodies as well as Bradley Collins throwing himself in front of that one.
Yeah, it was great defending. And then almost the clearance off the line, then hit a Coventry player, nearly went in the goal. But wow, how close did Casey Palmer come into scoring against his former club there? That was the best we've seen from Hull City. 39 gone, 0-0. Talksport 2. Your home of the EFL.
But it all came from a strong challenge from Alzate.
Brilliant.
Lincoln driving. That's what I'm saying. You know, you've got to set your traps, but it's in that transition what you do with it.
Here's Gelhardt. Tries to whip in an early cross, cleared away. Hadji Wright deep inside his own half. Oh, that's a soft one. Louis Coyle's not happy with that.
You can't give it away. You think about it. I've walked into the media suite and I'm thinking that can't be marked from behind with the shoulders on him. I mean, I know you've been doing the weights, but as soon as I come and touch you,
you're going to fall.
You're going to fall if you've got nowhere else to go with the ball. But Louis Coyle, he knows that. Yeah. He's been there. He's done it himself. That's the position he plays.
Yeah. Well, I think in the Coyle household, as growing up, his brother a professional boxer. Well, he maybe needed to stay on your feet a bit more than that. His other brother's a golfer as well, so they're pretty good stock, the old Coyle family. All played forward by Coventry. Have just had a little bit of a shot across their bows, but now they've tried to win it high up the field with Sheaf. It's hammered downfield. This could be a bit of a back-spinning pass, and in the end, Latibodiere did actually quite well to get that anywhere away from goal, and Kitchen now has it, and the ball's over on the far side.
Well, tell me why João Pedro's the only one chasing Latibodiere. He can only either go back to his goalkeeper or flick it back towards a Hull goal like he did. So that's where you're looking at Casey Palmer. That's where you're looking at, they have to be Slater to go and pick up that free second ball.
Yeah, 0-0 here, 40 on the clock. Still 1-0 last we heard in the Premier League. That's over on Talksport right now. Bournemouth in front in the opening minute. Semenyo with a goal there. Here 0-0, and here now is Rodoni into the final third. Gets it out wide on the Coventry left. Rodoni gets it back, goes past Coyle into the area, little step over. Can he now stand up the cross? He does towards the far side, but it's over Sakamoto, and Lincoln is there to try and clear it away, and it is cleared away, but only as far as halfway inside the Hull half. Here now, Latibaudiere will get it out on this near side. Gets it to Grimes. He finds Van Eyck now. Looks to just feed it in. Hadji Wright makes a nice run. Trying to get to the byline. Drills across him, but it's blocked at source and behind for a corner. But better again from Coventry.
Yeah, you know, it's Hadji Wright. He's trying to affect the game. He's came right across the path of Ellis Sims, Sakamoto, and presented himself for Van Eyck there. I thought he manipulated the ball well. When he tried to come back onto his right, he'd lost his man. I think that's where he's got to come away from goal and try and find someone maybe at the edge of the box there. But as soon as he took it back onto his right foot, it was always going to be too tight an angle and an easy one to be defended as well.
Corner about to be delivered. 3 to go to the break here at the MKM Stadium. Coventry on the attack. Looking to swing this one in towards the 6-yard box. Keeper comes, has a bit of a flap at it. As the ball now is cleared away. And now Coventry will get it back. You've just seen Frank Lampard sat just behind us up here in the right at the back of the stand at the MKM Stadium.
Yeah, I think it's one of them. I think as managers, when you're not really down, it's important that you take your viewing position from distance. You see everything up here, but I'm sure he'll have a few harsh words to say.
Well, what will he have made of the opening 42 and a half minutes?
Well, I guess it's down to the information. You know, I think they have the quality that they can turn any game on the head with individuals have got. But you know, have they shown enough? This is a good Hull side. You know, with and without the ball, they just don't create too many chances, and the chances to create, they don't really take them. But defensively, you know, Coventry have had real moments. You know, and it's just that quality's probably let them down. That decision making.
Yeah.
But it's still 0-0. You know, I think all the managers, they have to kind of make sure they focus on the positives. They go and talk to the players individually and say, right, okay, Sakamoto, have you influenced the game? You know, you've only had so many touches. What have you done with it? Rodoni, for the quality that he's got, I've not really seen him do too much, albeit he's on the ball now.
Here now is Rodoni, drives forward. Rodoni, who was a big Frank Lampard and Chelsea fan growing up as a youngster. And now Gelhardt tries to go past one. Gelhardt slips but still retains possession. Needs a pass out. Gets it away to Coyle. Because Frank Lampard stood up here with us here at the back of the stand following his sending off at Burnley earlier in the month. He's serving his ban tonight. Ball works out wide on this near side. McLaughlin involved in a sliding tackle 50-50. He wins the throw in. And that'll be on the near side. And it's out for a throw-in to Hull. Inside the final 60 seconds of the opening half we go. You're live on Talksport 2. It's Mark Wilson, Chris Wellamo and Hugh Wozencroft back at base. What do you make about that story today? Luka Modric might be taking up part ownership in Swansea. That's one we didn't see coming, isn't it? Here's a long throw in again for Lincoln. It's been a bit of a mixed bag. He's had a couple of good ones in there, but the last one wasn't so good. What can he do here? Gets it a little bit more aerial here, and it's headed behind for a corner. I think the barriers are stopping him getting a good run up, aren't they, Lincoln? And maybe just hindering him a little bit, but he's earned his side a corner.
Yeah, it was better there. Defended well. I have to say, Rodoni doing his job.
All going to be swung in. By Hull. Fizzed in towards the near post. It's volleyed away. It's going to be another corner. No, it's not. It's going to be half time. And well, there are a few boos around from the home fans. A little bit of frustration, I think, here. Hull started brightly enough, but not really tested Bradley Collins in the visitors' goal. The best two chances came after 20 minutes, and it was Hadji Wright, the top scorer for Coventry, who first had a shot well saved down low to his left by Panda, held it nicely after a shot 15 yards out, and then after they gave it away, playing out after that save, he had another shot, this time down at the low near right post. course, and Panda again was there on hand to beat it out. Frank Lampard high up in the stands here. Only got that ban this afternoon, and he's opted not to contest it. He's taken the ban tonight, and I guess given that they've got West Brom on Good Friday, he'd want to be at pitchside for that one. He's up with us. I don't think he'll be overly pleased with what he's seen in the first half. This game is there for the taking. Who's going to be brave enough to go out and take it in the second half? At the break, it is Hull City 0, Coventry 0.
And the stats are fairly level. Coventry have had 53% of the possession. They've had 6 shots, 4 of those on target. But actually, 2 big chances in the game have gone to Hull City. That was a double chance, in fact, for Casey Palmer. Can't believe the ball stayed out of the back of the net. But I think both sides will be content, not overly delighted with what they've done in that first opening 45 minutes. Chris Iwelumo there alongside Mark Wilson. Chris, what have you made of the opening period?
Yeah, well, as in boxing they come out, you feel each other out for the first couple of rounds, isn't it? I think that's what we've seen now. They've came out, they've shown little glimpses of the quality that both teams have. Both created chances, good opportunities as well. I think there'll be a few hard words said. Players themselves, I think that they're better than that. What I don't understand, like when Bradley Collins has got the ball, there's no real intensity from the likes of João Pedro, Casey Palmer, Gelhardt to go after, and Lincoln to go after the ball and press that. But that information has to come from behind. And very similar on the other side, the likes of when John Egan or Hughes, the centre backs for Hull, have the ball. There's no real impetus in the likes of Hadji Wright, Sims and Sakamoto to go and I don't understand that. I think both teams are very, very cautious. They don't want to kind of overcommit and make that mistake, but the game's definitely there to be had. Someone has to take the game by the scruff of the neck and go and try and get the 3 points, albeit I don't think a point for either team is a bad result, in fairness. So I wouldn't say the managers have set them up to let's not go out and lose, but the quality that we've seen, they can definitely be a winner in this, and I'm sure there'll be a reaction from both sides in the second half.
How on earth did the ball stay at the back of the net? Casey Palmer with that double chance. That's about almost scored a pretty ridiculous own goal it would have been, as the ball was cleared against him, managed to go wide in the end. Clearly the best chance of the game. Some half chances, as Mark mentioned, from Hadji Wright at the other end for Coventry City. What have you made of how both teams have attacked? Yeah, well, like you say, I think Hull, they're used to not having, is probably having a little bit more of the ball than what they would have thought tonight, but from going from back to front with the quality they've got, more so Gelhardt and Coyle down that right hand side, it's just about end product. Coyle's put in a few very nice crosses, but again, Hull, the players are reacting to it. Slater, I think Lincoln released Slater, and it was a bit of a scruff shot, but when it came to Casey Palmer, you're thinking, he's on the 6-yard line, he's got a great connection, it's a fantastic defensive block, and then, like you say, he's onto the rebound, and I think it was Matt Grimes that got the second block in. But it's all about small moments, those small margins in the game. Hadji Wright again done everything that he could. They went up into the ball, he hit the target, good save from Pandua, and again the one that he's come across the face of the defender, got there first time to the near post. Good hands again from Pandua. So they've both created opportunities, but with the quality, especially the quality that Coventry's got, I'd expected a little bit more in that attacking third. What do you think Lampard is going to be feeling? What do you think Ruben Selles too, after hearing a smatter of booing at half-time, will be feeling, the two managers? Yeah, well, I don't understand the booing. Hull City have been down there most of the season, and then you're looking at Ruben Selles has come in and he's done a reasonably good job. He's got them out of that relegation zone, albeit a little bit inconsistent, especially here at home. So no, the fans are allowed to have a little grumble, but I don't quite understand it. It's 0-0. They're still very much in the game. You've said it. They've probably created the best chance of the first half. So it's just about maybe just lifting the quality both sides and the intensity a little bit. And I'm sure that'll happen. I'm sure that'll be the case second half. Football fans, fickle, eh? I think if Casey Palmer had put one of those 2 chances in the back of the net, they would have been cheering to the rafters. Haven't seen pretty much the same first half of football. Chris Iwelumo will be back with you and Mark Wilson very, very shortly indeed. As it stands, Hull City moving 3 points above the relegation zone, and Coventry City 3 points above 7th place in their pursuit of a top 6 finish. Nothing really between the teams in the opening 45 minutes, but you get the feeling this game will come to life in the second half. At the break, live on Talksport 2, it is Hull City 0, Coventry City 0.
EFL Live on Talksport 2 with McDonald's. Order McDelivery on the McDonald's app and get reward points too. 18 plus participating restaurants. Delivery fees and terms apply. See mcdonalds.com.
And the winner of What Car's Best Plug-in Hybrid of the Year is the MG HS Plug-in Hybrid. With up to 75 miles of electric range and starting from just $31,995. It's an award-winning blend of style, efficiency and innovation. Plus, take a test drive and get £1,000 off when you purchase. The MG HS Plug-in Hybrid, leading the way in award-winning innovation. Book your test drive today at ng.co.uk. WLTP mileage may vary. T's and C's apply.
Looking for specialist power tools? Then look no further than CEF Power Pro. Our next day delivery on over 3,000 products means you can get straight to work with top brands like Milwaukee, DeWalt and Makita. That's specialist tools for serious pros. We've got the power tools you need to work smart and get the job done. Visit cef.co.uk or your local branch today. CEF Power Pro. Engineered for power, built for pros.
Live on DAZN, April 26th, Eubank Jr. versus Ben.
This is the final chapter.
Over 30 years of rivalry and hatred.
The last fight, I believe my dad should have won.
All comes down to this.
I'm taking care of the family business.
A bloodline born to settle the score.
I am destroying Conor Ben.
Hatred in their blood.
I'm going to finish Eubank's career live on DAZN.
Eubank Jr. versus Ben. Live on DAZN, April 26th. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
There is nothing bigger than Eubank Ben.
You know, investing in money is like a lot of things in life. There's a hard way and there's a smart way. F&C Investment Trust gives you a smart way to invest for the long term, putting your money to work in over 350 of the world's leading companies, all through one simple investment. Like I said, smart.
Find F&C on all major investment platforms. It's smart to start with F&C. Capital at risk. This F&C Investment Trust advert is approved for distribution by Columbia Threadneedle Management Limited, August 2024.
Switching to Vodafone full fibre broadband is now as easy as pie. Oh, freshly baked. It's a walk in the park. Hello, little fella. It's like taking candy from a baby. Come on, as if I'd do that. With One Touch Switch, it's easy. We sort everything out for you. We even contact your current provider. Plus, we'll help towards leaving fees. Switch today to full fibre broadband with Vodafone.
Credit of up to £100 to cover leaving fees. Visit vodafone.co.uk/broadband to find out about the switch process and for terms.
Like to mix up your lunch? Try McDonald's Big Flavour Wrap. Go big and bold with barbecue and bacon. Oh, so sweet with sweet chilli. Go all in on flavour with katsu. Or go creamy with today's $1.99 wrap of the day, the Caesar and Bacon Chicken one. Katsu available until the 29th of July. Served from 11 a.m. Price may vary. Wrap of the day discount not available on delivery orders. Subject to availability.
Talksport 2, official broadcast partner of the English Football League.
Thursday night, the Europa League live on Talksport.
Can you believe it?
Manchester United versus Lyon.
Right on the line.
Preheated pre-match preamble from 7.
Feast of football begins at 8.
I don't need to tell you what comes next.
Thursday night on Talksport.
The Social with Adi Oladipo and Rory Jennings. Tomorrow afternoon from 3 on Talksport 2. Outspoken opinions and decisive debate following all the action.
We talk about football in a bipartisan and educated way. Well, I do at least.
I try.
News, views, fun and football fixtures.
It's not just football though. Bit of boxing, bit of horse racing, even a bit of rugby.
And it's a try!
And some phenomenal guests.
If you can't get in this squad after showing the form he showed, I don't think it looks too good for him.
This is the place to be.
It's Addy and Rory. It's The Social on Talksport 2.
What a goal!
The Social. Tomorrow afternoon from 3.
It just works, doesn't it? On Talksport 2.
It's the totally immersive football experience.
Right foot it. Oh, what a goal!
EFL Live
on Talksport 2.
You're listening to live EFL action, live and exclusive to national radio. EFL action here on Talksport 2. At the break, no goals as yet. Hull City 0, Coventry City 0 in the Championship. Over on Talksport, by the way, at the break, Bournemouth lead Fulham by 1-0. Antoine Semenyo with the goal after just 53 seconds. Here, we haven't really had any serious chances other than a great double chance for Casey Palmer against his former side. I really should have put Hull City in front. In the end, it was cleared. but there have been glimpses at both ends. So hopefully we will get the deadlock broken in the second half, which is coming up very shortly indeed. We'll be taking you around the grounds tomorrow on Talksport evening. Tomorrow evening on Talksport, we'll be taking you around the grounds. That makes much more sense. A big night of action in the Champions League to come. Aston Villa have work to do if they're to reach the semi-finals as they welcome Paris Saint-Germain in their second leg tie. Ahead of the game, midfielder Morgan Rogers and manager Unai Emery have been speaking to the media. Shortly, you're going to hear the thoughts of one of Villa's stars of this season. But first, his boss has been discussing his approach to tomorrow's match.
We competed there like we planned, and the result we achieved was not really the best result, but we were in good balance at the end of the match for the second leg now. And now the objective is to win. Is enough to win? Of course, with one goal is not enough. But if we are winning, we can be close. And our objective is to try to play with one strong plan in our tactical way tomorrow, and then try to be consistent.
Especially in the position we're in, the second leg being at home, I think that's massive for us. I think we can create a real atmosphere. We've done it this season in the big games, not just Champions League, but in the big league games as well. They're a massive push and a massive boost for us, and we're going to need them again tomorrow night. There's going to be no different, and yeah, that energy, that feeling, that vibe sometimes is bigger than the actual game, in the sense of that's what drives you on. You can forget about all the tactics, all the intricate stuff that we're going to work on. It sometimes it's just about that sheer energy and heart and determination within the stadium that we connect with the fans connect with us, and sometimes that can just be enough to pull you through tough moments and to get you to where you need to go. So yeah, it's going to be massive. We need every bit of support, and yeah, we'll feed off that 100%.
That will be a big game. Incredible night ahead of us, I'm sure. They will be welcoming Paris Saint-Germain, trailing by 2 goals Aston Villa. You can follow it along with all the goals as they go in the EFL, Champions League, WSL as well, including a game between Borussia Dortmund and Barcelona with kickoff from 7 o'clock tomorrow on Talksport. We'll also have live Champions League action from Madrid on Wednesday. Arsenal have a 3-goal advantage as they look to book their place in a Champions League semi-final, but then you can never write off Real Madrid.
We've witnessed some history here tonight.
He's done it again! Declan Rice at the double! Arguably Mikel Arteta's best ever night as an Arsenal manager.
Madrid, mullered by Rice, baby.
We have to build our own story.
Real Madrid haven't been knocked out of this competition at this stage of the competition for 21 years.
If Arsenal win the Champions League, is that better than the Invincibles?
They beat a team who have essentially owned the Champions League.
Mbappe now, right-hand corner of the area, onto his left, 3-0, hat-trick, brilliant!
Still 90 minutes to go, and they have to go to the Bernabeu.
Football, everything can happen. We have to believe, we need to have trust, because sometimes, a lot of time in Bernabeu happens.
Is this the night when they finally got taken seriously at Europe's top table?
Huge game coming. You can't see any way back, can you, for Real Madrid? 3 goals down against Arsenal. We'll have it live for you on Talksport. All the build-up from 7 o'clock Wednesday night. Adrian Durham, Jim Proudfoot and the former England captain Stuart Pearce with you for that one. And this Easter Sunday, Talksport brings you live boxing. That's right, that's what you want on Easter Sunday. Ben Whittaker and Liam Cameron face off in their highly anticipated rematch in Birmingham. Whittaker needing to get the result, really. The first fight in October last year ended as a controversial draw when the two men fell out of the ring, you'll remember. Whittaker versus Cameron, the rematch, Easter Sunday on the Talksport network and on the Talksport Boxing YouTube channel. Not really a blow landed in anger so far at the MKM Stadium. Let's head back for the second half with Chris Uwalumo, the former Scotland striker, who's alongside Talksport's Mark Wilson.
Cheers, Hugh. Teams just coming out for the second half. Coventry out there already. A couple of the Hull subs are still having a bit of a warm-up on the pitch at the moment. We saw Frank Lampard up alongside us in this first half. What will have been said in the Coventry dressing room? Do you think they will have been speaking about the need to be a little bit more positive?
Yeah, I think you're looking at your comments, 0-0 away from home.
they've lost the last two, so the game's still very much there to be won. So I think they've had more of the ball, they've used it well, but again, in that attacking third, things have just kind of fallen a little bit short of the levels that they've produced over the last couple of months as well. And the players will know that themselves. I'm sure all managers now allow the players to kind of say what they need to say, and then they'll come in with their 2, 3, 4 points and just nail it home. But I'm sure Ruben Sellers says the exact same. I think they had real good opportunities to get into that attacking third. And again, Louis Coyle, Gelhardt, not committing the defender, making the wrong decision down this side, Lincoln offside too many times. So again, just the right decision making, the quality needs to be lifted just a little bit in that attacking third, and that's across both teams.
We saw Adjurant have a couple of chances well saved by Panda, and then we saw those two Casey Palmer efforts somehow cleared off the line. The second one from Grimes, outstanding. No changes that I can see at half time. So Coventry have got Brad Collins in goal, Van Eyck, Latibodiere, Kitching and De Silva the back four, Sheaf and Grimes holding Sakamoto, Rodoni and Hadji Wright trying to get up in support of Ellis Sims as the second half gets underway. All white with the black shorts of Coventry City, and it's the black and gold of Hull City as they will get the ball from a throwing down below as they go from left to right here. Panda the keeper, back four McLaughlin, Hughes, Egan and Coyle, Azarte and Slater the holding midfielders with Gelhardt, Palmer and Lincoln behind João Pedro's not really had a sight of goal so far. Can they engineer him an opportunity? It might only take one goal. Hull don't concede a lot of goals. We've at that point right at the start of the game. I thought they may well be. I think it was a game that needed an early goal, and I think the longer it remains 0-0, there will come a point in which both sides may think, look, a point will do, but it might not be yet, because as Rodoni broke into the box there, he gets upended right on the edge of the 18-yard box. Referee says get on with it. Hadji Wright pulls it back to the penalty spot, hits Rodoni on the volley, shot comes in, deflected, it's gone in. The most fortuitous of goals, and it's Grimes who's hit the shot. He took a huge deflection and he slow rolled past the keeper and into the back of the net. Minute gone, second half. Hull 0, Coventry 1.
Yeah, like you say, you take the opportunity on. Matt Grimes, he struck it well. It could have went absolutely anywhere, and it's in off Hughes, isn't it? Just sticks a foot out at it. And I've got to say, Ellis Sims was hovering around, but you can just see by his reaction, Pandol's already committed to it. I'm just thinking with the pace on the shot, and I'm always harsh with goalkeepers, but this is what they do training for, isn't it? I think, can Panda not get up? Can he not get up quickly and try and get himself onto that one? I'm going to have to see it again. We don't have the luxury of any monitors, I'm sure, back in the studio. Will or Hugh can let us know about that, but I just think the goalkeeper can do more there. As soon as
it was in slow motion, wasn't it?
Was it? As soon as it comes off the foot of Hughes, all the pace is out the shot, and you're talking about 6 yards. Now the goalkeeper, he's went. Surely he can react again rather than just watch.
Well, it's 1-0, and Coventry have got the early goal start of the second half. Rather lucky, but if you don't shoot, you don't score, and it got a deflection.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it now. Like you say, I think Grimes taking opportunity on. There's a lot of bodies there in front of it, but as soon as it comes, it's actually, it's 10 yards. There's a little bit more pace on the ball, but I'm still expecting more. It's actually from, I'd say, 10 yards out.
I think the problem is, in fairness to Panda, he's already dived, hasn't he? I don't think he can get back, Chris. I think he's already committed to saving the shot. Right, Hull have got a corner back up the other end. Can they hit straight by? It's very, very unlucky for Hull City, and they need an answer here now. The best thing about it, there's still pretty much the whole second half to turn it around, but they need a response. They need to get this crowd on side here. There's frustration around the MKM. It was an unfortunate goal. Frank Lampard won't be too bothered about that, as the ball is going to be whipped in. Flying header at the near post, didn't get full contact on it, and it's cleared away, but ricochets back into the penalty area. The break could have been on there if Coventry had played a little bit more of a safe pass, but they lead here by a 1-0. Matt Grimes' shot deflected off Hughes. I think it's got to go down as an own goal, hasn't it, that?
Yeah, definite. I think it's do the shot, was it? Yeah, if it's on target, it's Grimes' goal, isn't it?
Well, the keeper, I think, would have thrown his cap on it, Chris, if we're honest.
Doesn't make a difference, Mark, does it? Still, if you're Grimes, you're running into I'd be running into the corner with a hand up. putting a little goal on my tally
it's
anyway.
gone down as a Hughes own goal, and I think rightly so. Big deflection, sadly. But Hull trailing by a goal to nil. Coventry in front, and now what that does, that potentially puts them 5 points clear of 7th place. That game with West Brom is in effect a playoffs, isn't it? Because if West Brom lose that game, you get the feeling their chances have gone.
Well, I think if Coventry get the result here, I think that's it. The top 6 is the top 6. I think the teams there, Bristol City doing well, got a bit of consistency.
Coyle puts in a good ball towards the far post. Lincoln tried to have a touch. His touch wasn't good. Just looking at the fixtures for Coventry, West Brom, Plymouth, Luton and Middlesbrough on the final day. That could be a big game, or it could all be resolved by then. Either way, we'll have it all for you over on the Talksport network. Here, Coventry lead by a goal to nil. Here now is Rodoni. Flicks it round the corner. Nice pass finds Grimes. Grimes holds off the challenge of João Pedro. Grimes then puts in a cross towards the far post. It might fall edge of the area here. Van Eyck lays it off. Chief has the shot. That's blocked. João Pedro realising that his opponent is offside. Well, he's not going to go out of play. He's going to have to play it now. João Pedro. And then he decides, he's off on a run. Well, that was a WWE fall there from João Pedro. He's just run straight into the back of Rodoni and fallen over like he's been poleaxed. Free kick.
But if the ball goes out, it would have been a corner anyway. Chief's had the shot, hasn't he? And then it's deflected and went.
Yeah,
so
maybe did it deflect off one of his own players? I'm not sure. It's been one of those nights, hasn't it, so far at the MKM? 1-0. Coventry leads. Here now is the clearance from Pando, who I think was very, very unlucky with the goal. Nothing he could do there. Free kick because João Pedro basically just jumped straight into Liam Kitchen. The referee's having none of that. Yeah. And now the free kick taken quickly, too quickly. Or is it? No, Van Eyck does well to keep it in. Well, he didn't keep it in. Sakamoto thought he did.
Well, even from here, I can see that ball never went out. So I don't.
It didn't look like it went out, did it?
It looked like it was a yard on. So I don't understand how the linesman can put his foot up, his flag up there. Van Eyck's reaction said it all in itself.
1-0. We got a goal. We needed one of those, that is for sure. But what this does is it just builds up the pressure.
Well, I've not seen a reaction from Hull after conceding the goal. If anything, it's Coventry that a little released the shackles a little bit and a little bit more freedom.
Lincoln charging forward, denied by a clearance. Latibaudier gets it away from safety. Here now is Gelhardt. Drives into the edge of the area. Dispossessed, gets it back. Can he get into the area again? He does. Gelhardt looking to work it, gets the shot away, but it's blocked. And it balloons up and it's cleared away, but it's picked up by Alzate now. Is this the Hull response incoming here? 52 gone. Hull trailing by a goal to nil. Hull just 2 points in front of Cardiff, but now the ball turned over and here's Sims driving in on goal from halfway. They can't touch him. Sims on goal and he's blazed it over the top. Huge opportunity. Referee says that Panda got a touch on it, but Sims was in on goal there. Had a long time to think about that. Ran from the halfway line. He got in front of the defenders. They couldn't get in front. But his shot is tipped over the top.
Well, you're not catching the big man there. You know, he's done ever so well. He's took the touch. John Egan's thinking, should I just pull a little pull on the shoulder? But he's going to see red if he does that. He's done ever so well. He's got into the box, and he's got all the power in the shot. You just got to make sure you want the goalkeeper there. What a massive opportunity, and you've let Hull City off there.
Well, here's a corner. Rodoni will take it down the Coventry left-hand side. They lead by a goal to nil. 8 gone second half, live on Talksport 2. Ball delivered to the far post, headed back. Here's a chance now for Hadji, right? And he's hit the outside of the post and it goes behind. Didn't get all of it. He's 6 yards out. He gets any kind of clean header on that. It's 2-0.
Well, I've got to say, the corner's put to the back post area. It's headed back in. Hadji Wright has timed the flight of the ball excellently. Free header. And he actually heads it onto his shoulder. You know, if anything, it should be a forehead clear connection and put it any side of Pandora there. But yeah, it's another big opportunity.
That was a huge moment. 54 gone here. You're live on Talksport 2. All is in the whole half. What can they do with it here? Can they engineer an opportunity? Great touch, Gelhardt. He's going to earn a corner. Fans appreciate that. It was a really good first touch.
Oh, fantastic first touch, and then his second touch to take it away from De Silva as well. And he's got the connection for the corner. But that's what you need. You know, I think Louis Coyle was right beside him there in that right channel. Great ball from distance.
Ball now going to be swung in. 9 gone second half. Coventry leading by that goal to nil. Scuff corner, and it's rather sliced out for a throw-in. Gelhardt would have wanted that one again. That was a poor attempt at a corner. And it's out on this near side for a throw-in, which Lincoln is going to take. Can he propel one into the penalty area here? Can Coventry keep Hull out? Long throw. This time he's headed away, but only as far as Lincoln, who will get it away. Now there's a chance here for Regan Slater to stand up the cross. João Pedro couldn't quite get his leg up in time, and it'll skip away for a throw-in over on the far side. More disappointment, just lacking that bit of quality at the moment.
That's exactly what it is. You know, Lincoln finding Slater there. I don't think it's a bad ball in. I just think João Pedro has to go with the head. Put it straight back into the box, into the danger area there, rather than try and just take it down with your foot. It's a hard one to control, that.
1-0 Coventry lead, and it's a goal that, as it stands, I mean, they would jump up into 5th above Bristol City, and crucially 5 points clear of West Bromwich Albion and Middlesbrough and Millwall. Ball inside the Hull half of the field. Can they get a response? It's been a flat night. Normally, at least here, the fans get involved. I just think it's been played too slow from a Hull point of view.
Yeah, but this is now Coventry's got the goal. Now Coventry can set. You know, they can just make it difficult. You know, they can take their moments. Look at this now. The defensive line's pushing up, allowing the likes of Ellis Sims, Rodoni to go and press. Hadji Wright's look basically it's a 4-4-2 at the minute.
Yeah.
With Rodoni and Sims.
Yeah.
That Sheaf going and put pressure on Alzati, just keeping the pressure on. They don't need to go and score again.
No, they don't, but that just adds to Hull's problems, doesn't it? And that was why the first goal was so important. And you've got to ask the question, I know they had the 2 cleared off the line, but have they done enough to put pressure on it? It could be a chance. Gelhardt's pass just overhit and Collins quickly off his line.
Yeah, Collins has done very well there. You know, the pass from Gelhardt, he's got his left foot around it, and it was always kind of advancing to the goalkeeper. João Pedro was there, but he was never going to get on the end of that. This is where I need more. I think this is where the Hull City defence, can they step up, be a little bit high, allow the likes of Regan Slater and Alzati to push on, and then in doing that allows that front four, Lincoln, Gelhardt, Casey Palmer and João Pedro, to go and put a little bit more pressure on Collins and force it. The issue, this should come straight out. The Pandora, can he be the one that gets Hull going better?
Yeah,
you know,
good header back actually there from Egan under pressure, headed it back to his goalkeeper, and now the ball coming forward with Hughes, who doesn't need a second invitation to come forward. He gets it wide to Gelhardt, who's onside. Gelhardt right side of the penalty area now, looking to get past his man De Silva. De Silva, great challenge. It's behind for a corner, but that was good defending from Jay De Silva.
Yeah, very good defender in those 1v1 scenarios. You know, for me, Gelhardt, you know what you're going to get from him, don't you? You know he's going to be direct. He can go on his left and go on his right. He's never going to get away from De Silva there, going down the outside. But again, it had to be a timely challenge in the box.
Corner for Hull, trailing by a goal to nil. This time the ball whipped near post. It's headed, a looping header, and it's over the top, João Pedro. And now we're going to see a change, and it's a double change here for Hull City. We're going to see Nordin Amrabat. He is coming on, and he's coming on for Lincoln, who I think really has struggled to get involved in the game so far. So it's an early change here from Ruben Celes. And Nordin Amrabat has not seen a lot of football since he joined. He comes on, and Casey Palmer makes way for Abu Kamara. So Amrabat and Kamara into the action. Well, Kamara's got pace, and he can stretch things for Hull. This is going to be a different kind of threat now.
Yeah, definitely. Casey Palmer's not really had the opportunity to influence the game. Second half, I thought first half he showed some real good moments. Lincoln as well, you know, he's not really done too much other than he's got that long throw that comes into the box. You know, he did release Slater, the Casey Palmer opportunity came from, but I need more with the quality that both have.
Ball now is played forward by the visitors Coventry. Good challenge, Alzate cleared away, but only as far as halfway by Coyle. Rodoni gets it back. Rodoni gets it away to Hadji Wright, who runs into a couple of opponents. Alzate and Kamara get the ball back to Panda, who now can play it long. He'll be looking towards João Pedro. Amrabat is on beyond him. Gelhardt coming in as well. So it's a different kind of threat now for Hull. They've maybe got a little bit more of a focal point up top, but they've given it away at the other end, and Hughes did well to step in there and intercept the pass. There's a ball is stopped because there's a free kick for Hull, so they'll get a chance to build from the back. It's just a 7th appearance for the Moroccan, Nordin Amrabat, 38 years of age. Been at AEK Athens, arrived on a free transfer in January. He's yet to score for the club, but he's into the action. Abu Kamara, who has been amongst the goals, 4 league goals for him. Another free kick for Hull here. Again, just starting to break up a little bit. Signed for $4.5 million from Portsmouth.
Well, I'm loving Hughes, by the way. Every time he gets the ball, Charlie Hughes, he's driving forward. He's trying to make things happen. You know, and what that is doing is actually he's getting through that first press of Coventry. You know, and he's taking 3 players out, and then that's when that quality needs to come and lift in behind his in here.
That's a nice ball for Coyle. Can Coyle whip in a ball? He'll float it towards the far post. Amrabat, he backed off it, although he might have been judging the bounce. Actually, he's going to get it on the edge of the area, but Sakamoto's all over him. Ball flicked back in, and Coventry will play their way out of trouble. I think Amrabat maybe there could have taken a chance and tried to take that on the full, as Hughes can't keep in the ball forward. And it's out for a throw in. 1-0, and it is a Hughes own goal. He stuck a leg out as Matt Grimes hit a bit of a hopeful shot 25 yards out across goal, and Hughes just stuck a foot out as Panda was diving behind him to go and pick it up, and well, it went the wrong way and into the back of the net.
Yeah, it's unlucky one, unfortunate, isn't it? But I think as a defender, you have to try and get something on it. You know, he's got Ellis Sims hovering around him as well. But Amrabat there, you know, I think if you're inside the 18-yard box, you know that the ball's going to get to you. I think that's where you've got to be strong. Try and take a nice, tidy touch in the box, and you can't be touched.
Here's Hadji Wright, goes past Coyle, driving towards the edge of the area. He's riding a couple of challenges, finds Rodoni. Rodoni sends it up to the far post. Sakamoto waiting, it's headed away from him. McLaughlin was there, ball hooked back towards Sheaf. Oh, beautiful pass. They could be in here. Well, Van Eyck has pulled it back when he's probably about 10 yards out from goal on the angle. Chris, he's got to hit that, hasn't he?
He's got to put the left foot through it, Mark. You are spot on. Fantastic play as well with Sheaf and I think it was actually Rodoni and Van Eyck there. But then when he's coming in, give the eyes. Just try and find that back post area. Go for goal there.
Here's a cross into the box. Panda will collect it the second attempt. Yeah, I think Van Eyck there, he's been really unselfish. If he shoots and blazes it over, I don't think anyone asks a question about it. That's what they want him to have a goal. But
even if he shoots and Pandora gets a safety, it's going into the advancing Coventry players as well.
Certainly is. Ball played forward. Here now for Regan Slater, who's chased it through. Coventry leading by a goal to 0. 62.5 on the clock here. Coyle with a throw in. Kamara, little turn, gets him away from De Silva momentarily, but De Silva gets back in the blink of an eye. Ball fed to Gelhardt. Back to Kamara. Here's Alzate. He's got a ball inside into Egan. Egan's 30 yards out. He drives forward. Thought he was going to unleash a shot. Gets it to Amrabat. He'll move it wide. And a chance now for McLaughlin. Back to Amrabat. But Hull are just in danger of going backwards here. Amrabat in danger of being dispossessed. And in the end, he has lost it. Then he wins it back. Referees let him play on. Coventry might not be too happy about that. Amrabat floats it in. Egan went forward looking for the header. Ball on the near side with Hadji Wright. Alzate's all over him, and they'll win it back. Hull, they're starting to get at Coventry now. This is what I expected first half. Here's Gelhardt now, driving across the face of goal. He's brought down. Coventry not happy with the decision, but this is the Tigers I expected earlier on, Chris. They're having a go now. They're putting their foot in.
Yes, putting a few challenges in. You know, I think... I don't know what Amrabat was doing, taking far too many touches there, wasn't he? Nearly allowed Coventry to get out. But like you say, you know what you're going to get from Gelhardt there. Had you right, too many touches, but you've got 3 Hull players around them. You've got to remember they're 1-0 down. They have to react. But they had an opportunity to start like this and put Coventry under pressure. So it is better. It is a reaction, but it has to be chances or opportunities created off the back of it.
Gelhardt stands over a free kick, fully 30 yards, maybe 32 yards out. About 10 yards to the right of goal. He's surely too far out to have any kind of shot from here. There's a one-man wall. Coventry holding a high line. Gelhardt floats it in. It's a good ball and it's headed across goal. Egan got a header on it. He's appealing for something, but it's waved away and it's behind for a goal kick. That wasn't the worst ball into the box, but no real purchase on the header. Still Hull 0, Coventry 1.
Yeah, it's a difficult one for John Egan to take. Good little ball from Gelhardt there as well. Beats the first man. It's like going in towards goal. Egan has to get something on it, but he just can't kind of get the accuracy of the header.
You are listening to Hull against Coventry in the EFL Championship live on Talksport 2 with McDonald's. Order McDelivery on the app and get rewards points. 18 plus, participating restaurants, delivery fees and terms apply. See mcdonalds.com for detail. What a week we have got for you on the Talksport network. Football from the Premier League, from Europe and from the EFL, all on Talksport and Talksport 2. Here's Hadji Wright, couple of step overs, gets it back to De Silva, cross deflected into the 6-yard box, bobbling around, headed away partially. Sheaf wanted to hit it first time, and his own teammate rather got in his way. Alzate went in with a challenge. Sheaf's appealing for a penalty, referee's having none of it.
This is what I don't understand. For me, it is a penalty. Sheaf gets the shot away. Alzate goes in for the challenge. It's in the box. Because he gets the shot away, the ref doesn't look at it as a late challenge. If that's anywhere else in the pitch, that is given. Alzate does make contact with the ball. It's a late challenge on Sheaf inside the 18-yard box. The referee's looking at it.
Well, the shot was deemed, if you like, the advantage. It remains in the Premier League. Bournemouth 1, Fulham 0. We'll have more Premier League action for you on Wednesday night. We're live and exclusive Talksport 2. Newcastle, their game in hand, take on Crystal Palace. Newcastle looking to cement a a Champions League spot. They're into the top 5. Eddie Howe, speedy recovery, diagnosed with pneumonia, which is not great. Oh, now there's a coming together here on the edge of the penalty area. Referee's blown the whistle. Is it Amrabat who's gone flying in? Latibodiere, they've just had a coming together there. They both ended up on the ground. Referee helps Amrabat to his feet, and he's furious because he wanted a free kick and he's not going to get one.
Yeah, I think he's made the most of that one there. I think Amrabat's tried to get round the other side of Latibodiere there, but he's turned blindly into it, and there is a coming together. Nothing intentional. Yeah, a little thumbs up to each other there.
Yeah, all the goals as they go in tomorrow with Adrian Durham, Andy Townsend and Mickey Grover on Talksport, including Champions League action, Villa against Paris Saint-Germain, Dortmund, Barcelona, and the EFL and the WSL. Wednesday night, Real Madrid against Arsenal. Frank Lampard is getting a message down pitch side. What do you think? If you took your headphones off, you'd probably be able to hear what he's saying. He's only sat a couple of metres to the side of us, but he doesn't look very happy, Frank Lampard, at the moment.
Well, playing in the wrong areas. You know, Coventry haven't really got out, and I think Hull are winning that midfield battle at the minute, but that's a real opportunity then for, I guess, Coventry to use the likes of, can they find Hadji Wright? Can he cheat a little bit? Can Rodoni cheat? Obviously Sakamoto as well, but they're back doing their job for the team defensively. But I just feel that Coventry are still trying to play out from the back. I don't think you should. I think when you've got the likes of Ellis Sims, go long. If you don't win the first ball, make sure that you win the second balls and play in the right areas. But look at this Hull side now. Look how aggressive they've been. That's 6 players out of it. So look at Rodoni. For me, Rodoni needs to be doing more to be getting on the ball. That's where the space is.
Yeah. Well, they're going to try and play it to him now, but they've almost got caught in possession. Van Eyck at the back gets it away. Here now is Grimes. Grimes gets it away. And, well, this time they have given the ball away. Edge of their own penalty area over on the far side for a throw-in. Thursday night, Manchester United, Lyon and Frankfurt, Tottenham will be on Talksport and Talksport 2 respectively. Both looking to make it through to the semi-finals of the Europa League, and it feels as Hull give away a free kick. I watched Manchester United yesterday up at Newcastle for Talksport, Chris. both United and Spurs, their eggs are firmly in that Europa League basket right now, aren't they?
Yeah, they definitely are. You know, I think it wasn't a great showing. I've got to say, I think Wolves were excellent yesterday, as were Newcastle.
Friday, the only place to be is the Talksport Network. Talksport 2 live and exclusive, 12:30, Derby, Luton. 3 o'clock, Talksport 2 exclusive, Coventry, West Brom. 5:30, Talksport exclusive, Sheffield United, Cardiff. And we round off the night, Oxford against Leeds at 8 o'clock. 4 games from the Championship. Here come Coventry City looking to put this one away if they can. A second goal might just do that. And there's a chance here. Radoni into the area. Little drop of the shoulder. Drives it across goal, and all Sims had to do was let it hit his leg and it would have gone in, and he's missed.
It's fantastic quality from Radoni. He knows exactly what he wants to do. He did have to put the pace and whip it across. And like you say, Ellis Sims trying to get some sort of contact, but there's that much pace on the ball that's just gone past him, and it could come off anywhere. He's
probably about knee high, isn't it? I think if it had been on the floor, he might have got something on that, but he couldn't. But Radoni there just showing his quality.
Yeah.
I used to watch him when he was at Huddersfield, and he just looked to cut above at Huddersfield, Jack Radoni, and he's certainly winning some plaudits with Coventry this year. Ball works its way out now. De Silva takes it away from Hadji Wright, drives into the area, looks down the left. He's nicked past 1, nicked past 2. Needs a bit of support, lays it back eventually. Here is Sheaf. Gets it into the channel now, and Grimes tries to pull it back and wins a corner. Very selfless run that from Grimes, and he wins a corner for Coventry, who are leading here by a goal to 0 as we go inside the last 20 minutes at the MKM Stadium.
Yeah, I don't mind that from Matt Grimes. You know, I think when there's an understanding with him and Sheaf. Great little one round the corner from Sheaf as well, but that's where the space was. He's an intelligent footballer. He's tried to get himself into that space. Maybe there's just a little bit too much on the ball itself. He can't get his foot around it, but defended well.
I'm not sure Hull have got 2 goals in them tonight. If Coventry could get a second here, that might do it for them. Radoni will stand over the corner. De Silva came short, he's waved away. Ball floated towards the far post, and it goes all the way through the 6-yard box area. Amrabat will let it roll out. He'll take the throw in, or he'll leave it for McLaughlin. And Hull, well, they've got 19 minutes left. Their fans are getting frustrated now. It's too slow from Hull.
Well, I don't understand why Amrabat's not just giving that to McLaughlin quick. He's completely free. All of a sudden, he drops it where it goes out, and Coventry are set up.
Here's Radoni, picks it up on the edge of the box, tried to find Sakamoto, couldn't find him. Ball out for a throw-in far side. Well, if there's any side going to get another goal here, you'd feel it would be Coventry. They are the aggressors. They lead courtesy of Grimes' deflected shot of Charlie Hughes by a goal to 0.
Yeah, well, they've kind of weathered the storm a little bit. Hull had a reaction winning the ball in that attacking third and was putting good quality in the box, but defended well. Now all of a sudden Coventry have a real good opportunity.
Long throw goes into the box, cleared away, but then João Pedro.
It's a handball as well.
Yeah, they were appealing for handball there, the visitors. Now there could be a break on. Amrabat heads it forward, and De Silva tries to head it back to his keeper Collins, who's out of his area and did really well. Got a high kick clearance on it up towards halfway. Sakamoto, great first touch. Break was on there momentarily. It might still be on. Sims had time for a touch and had a swing and a miss, and still finds his teammate. Well, it's all going Coventry's way at the moment. They lead by a goal to 0 here. You're live on Talksport 2, live at the MKM Stadium. A feast of football over the Easter period. Live and exclusive on the Talksport network. Where else would you rather be? As the ball worked down the right. Good play from Radoni. Sakamoto. Van Eyck back to Sakamoto. Squares it to Hadji Wright. Turn. Just wanted too long on it. And the ball cleared away. And the break could be on here. Gelhardt sprints forward over halfway, and he's gone past his man. He's gone past Sheaf. Hasn't quite got the pace to drive into the box first time. Now he's into the box. Now he squares it. Here's a chance for Kamara. Shot block. Will it fall to Amrabat? No, he's going to go out for a corner instead. Better, much better from Hull City.
Yeah, fantastic quality, isn't it? Gelhardt done ever so well. I've got to say, it's an excellent ball to Amrabat. For me, he has to take the shot on. it's a great little set for Kamara, who then just allows Coventry to get back into that defensive position to get the block in. But Amrabat, if he takes a shot on or takes a touch and gets at his man, just manipulates the ball, gets that yard to get the shot away, it's definitely going to have an opportunity against Bradley Collins.
Here is the corner, all congregated on the penalty spot, the Hull attackers. Ball whipped in, good ball, flicks off a Coventry head, it'll fall to the far post. Here's Regan Slater now, gets it back, and again there's more frustration, but that's a beautiful pass. Slater drives it into the 6-yard box and he's blasted over Coyle with his head in his hands. A gilt-edged opportunity for Hull City, and Coyle's fired it over the top. Still 1-0 Coventry.
Well, Regan Slater can't do any more there. Coyle seen the ball, it was fired across at him, but with the quality that he has as well, he knows he just has to hit the target. You don't have to generate the power, just make sure you pick your spot, make sure the connection's right. He's having a proper chat with Celes now as well, but it's fantastic. Real nice play there from Regan Slater down that right hand side.
He's absolutely smashed it, hasn't he? It's just gone just over the top. And now booking for Brad Collins for time wasting.
Yeah, I think it is. Ruben Sellers was saying about the substitute, John Egan. He has had a few injury problems throughout the season.
And it's gone down, John Egan. So there will be a stoppage in play here. Still 1-0 over on Talksport. AFC Bournemouth 1, Fulham 0. Goal from Semenyo right in the opening minute there. 15 left.
Alfie Jones come on, or do you think just bring on an attacking option, maybe change the formation a little bit to try and...
Yeah, well, Alfie Jones is like for like, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at it and thinking that the game needs
maybe a
something.
Matt Crooks, something like that.
Well, Matt Crooks, Kyle Joseph as well. I know he's not got his goal yet, but Matt Crooks he's got a couple. He's an outlet. He's a presence. Wouldn't surprise me. I think Ruben Sellers, he has to change something up at the minute. Albeit John Egan, they're having a good discussion, but Louis Coyle done the substitution side to Ruben Sellers, so just give the players a bit of time to warm up. Yeah, Matt Crooks, Kyle Joseph is out there.
You mentioned Carl Joseph, 13 appearances for Hull, yet to score after goals for Blackpool early in the campaign.
Yeah, but lively. You know, he chases everything.
But what does that say that Amrabat, 38 years of age, has come on instead of him? Is that just the style that Amrabat plays, as in they want him to stand on the edge of the penalty area rather than run around, or...?
Yeah, possibility. I don't think he's not really affected it, albeit he's had an opportunity. It's a great little set to Kamara. I think he's got to be a little bit kind of selfish here and take it on himself. But I guess it's just a position. But Kyle Joseph, you could put him anywhere in that front four and he'll do a job. You know, he's...
Well, Egan is coming off here and it is going to be Alfie Jones, so it's like for like.
I just think it's an opportunity to kind of change it up a little bit. Coventry are getting a little bit of more of a foothold in the game. Not cause confusion, you know. I think you go out there and you kind of match up.
Well, it's still 1-0 if you just joined us. Coventry's goal coming just a minute into the second half after Matt Grimes' speculative shot took a wicked deflection off Charlie Hughes, wrong-footed. The goalkeeper Panda had already dived away to his left. The ball just bobbled, it trickled into the goal. Barely hit the back of the net, but it went over the line. That's all that counts. Here's Hadji Wright. Both sides have had chances in this second half, but Wright wins a corner. He just looks such a threat, doesn't he?
He's done ever so well there. You know, he couldn't go anywhere. I don't think Louis Coyle should go to ground anyway. Just make sure you keep that pressure on. But Hadji Wright, yeah, he's had some really nice touches this evening.
Yeah. Corner for Radoni. They've been hitting them a bit deep, haven't they? A couple of them have gone over towards the far post. This time he's going to go short. And now De Silva gets it back to Radoni. Radoni one-on-one with Kamara. Wow, how late was that offside flag?
Yeah, I thought he was offside. I'm surprised it never went up.
The referee blew the whistle, didn't he, before the assistant put his flag up on the far side. Obviously, they're speaking to each other.
Well, I think the referee says, I can see that's offside to here. You better put your flag up, because I thought, why is the flag not went up? Radoni's definitely offside. De Silva shouldn't give him it back there, in fairness.
Well, he almost waited, didn't he, hoping that he got back on side. And again, another short corner that has proved spectacularly unsuccessful. 1-0 here at Coyle Chance, a magnificent one. He's on the ball now. He's played it down the channel for Kamara. He's asked a little bit too much of him. Kitchen over quickly. clears it forward, and then it's just turned down the line to Hadji Wright, back to goal, about 20 yards inside his own half, and falls over.
There's nothing in that whatsoever.
Well, I watched Leeds United for many years, and Luke Ayling had perfected that. We used to refer to it as the Ayling flop. Anyone went within 10 yards of him, he fell over and got a free kick. That's what Hadji Wright's done there, isn't it?
Well, he can't go anywhere. He's got 3 players around him. Alfie Jones is trying to press from behind, not really putting too much, not making too much contact. It's a soft one. I think the referees have to be a little bit more savvy to that.
Yeah, but then you'd have to say Hull also need to be more savvy. He's not going anywhere. Don't foul him.
Yeah.
Hadji Wright's not done anything wrong there. 11 left, 1-0. Coventry lead. I must admit, I came tonight thinking we might get a few goals here. It's not quite panned out that way. But for Coventry, the long and short of it is they hang on here and they are in prime position for a place in the playoffs. And that is their sole aim at this moment in time. Ball now working forward with Radoni. 25 yards out, back heels to Sakamoto. He wanted to play it to Hadji Wright. Didn't feel the pass was on, so he holds on. Finds De Silva, who's giving it away. And now Gelhardt skips away down this near side. Tries to drive in field. De Silva comes back. Kamara beats him to it. Then Gelhardt. He's lost out. Sakamoto's won it back. It's as you were. Sakamoto on the left-hand side. Oh. No, did he get one in the face there from Kamara? Don't think it was intentional, but Kamara got a piece of him. In fairness, one of the Coventry subs just patted Sakamoto on the back, said you better get up and get on with it.
And he has done. In fairness, yes. I don't think there was any intent in it from Kamara, in fairness.
Coventry 5th. Bristol City down to 6th. Coventry 5 clear of West Brom. They meet on Good Friday, live on the Talksport network. 4 games live from the EFL. It's getting serious now. Bristol City.
I'm doing Bristol City Sunderland Friday as well, so it's yes.
Sunderland are in. We know that. It's been a bit of a. They've known, I think, for a while. I think when they lost at Leeds, I think the game was up in terms of the automatic for Sunderland. They've had a bit of limbo, aren't they? They've had like 2 months, 3 months of the season where it's like, well, yeah, you're going to be in the playoffs actually. Well, you may as well get ready for them. But I think there's been a few indifferent performances.
Yeah, I think it's important, when you're looking at it, how you motivate that group of players. It's about let's just win. Let's win every game. Let's see where it takes us. Let's try and put pressure on the teams above. But they've been relentless as well, haven't they?
Yeah. Here come Hull, looking for an equaliser. 9 left here at the MKM Stadium. Amrabat. Well, João Pedro made a run, went offside. The crossfield switch is on. Kamara might get this. Collins has stayed at home. Kamara's got Coyle with him. He's gone for goal and he's scored! Oh, wow! Collins dived the wrong way. And Kamara sneaks it in at the near post. A goal out of absolutely nothing for the Tigers. It could be a vital goal in their fight against the drop. But Brad Collins has had an absolute nightmare there. It's Hull 1, Coventry 1.
Well, like you say, I think Kamara's taken the shot on and it's taken a little deflection. It just takes it into the near post away from Collins. I'm not sure if it was off Kitchen or Grimes. The way that Grimes walked away, it was complete disgust looking in the sky. So again, I'm sure we'll see that on the monitor that we have. But like you say, excellent little ball from Amrabat in behind Kamara. I thought Collins could have came. He kind of made the decision and then went back. The ball came a long, long way. But like you say, Kamara's taken the shot on because there was no one there. But when you actually look at it, it definitely took a little deflection at the near post. I think off the Silver, I think it must have been.
Well, what do we say at the other end? If you don't shoot, you don't score.
Spot on, exactly.
But the angle was absolutely against him. Well, he had the shot and it's found its way in, but I'm with you. I think Collins, if he's 10 yards off, he just comes out and picks that up. There was no danger at all. It was a really hopeful ball. Here now going the other way, come Coventry. Van Eyck into the area, stands up. The cross for Radoni, couldn't get a header on it. And it's lashed away. And here now come the visitors looking to try Yeah, it does take a deflection in fairness to Collins, but he's got to come out and collect that for me.
Is it De Silva, is it? Yeah,
I think so.
It bounces just outside the 6-yard box. Yeah, De Silva.
Ball bouncing around in the Hull area. Now they've got level, they've got to hang on here. Here's Hadji Wright. They have made a change, Coventry. Wright puts it into the mixer. Norman Bassett has come on for the visitors here. It's 1-1 Hull Coventry. 2 deflected goals. How's your look? 7 remaining. Are we going to get a winner?
Well, Coventry have made a habit of scoring goals late in games. They go. It's risk and reward, isn't it?
They have. Here now is Van Eyck on the right, puts a crossing, diving header, clears it away. It's not clear yet. Radoni heads it down, finds Van Eyck, lays it back to the edge of the area. Cross comes in towards Sheaf, who's headed it away from goal. Will it fall for Radoni? He goes down. He wants the penalty. He's not going to get one. Referee's having none of that. And it's up towards halfway. All of a sudden it feels like we've got a game on with 6 minutes left, live on Talksport 2. Hull 1, Coventry 1.
Yeah, Coventry using the ball well. Look at the players actually just cheating now, trying to stay. They're going for the win. Coventry here, it's great to see, but where was this at 1-0?
Yeah,
with this intensity?
Here's Sheaf now, shot deflected. Pando will get down low to his left and makes another decent save to deny the substitute Bassett. And it's 1-1.
And I think Coventry playing this actually plays into Hull's favour with attributes that their team has as a collective as well. I know there's been a few changes, but the likes of Kamara, Amrabat on that left-hand side, João Pedro kind of stretching at Gelhardt and Slater in that two tens, and it's Alzate playing as a 1.
Well, Ruben Sellers is going to empty his bench here. He's going to throw Cody Drama and Matt Crooks on as Hull try and win it late on. Here's Gelhardt proving to be a nuisance again. Ball just played forward. Amrabat will give chase, but Van Eyck got first run and he plays it forward for Bassett. Panda comes out and decides he's not going to let the ball roll into his box and clear it first time. Kamara wins a header, and Gelhardt here has got a chance to run in behind. Oh, he stood and gone without the ball. Big chance, Gelhardt, who was too busy looking what was inside him and forgot to keep hold of the football.
I tell you, it's a great little flick from Kamara as well. Timed his run to perfection there, and basically, if he takes his touch, he's going 1-on-1 with Liam Kitchen.
Here's a chance at the other end. Ball partially cleared away. Up towards halfway, Gelhardt will be furious with himself that he couldn't keep that under control. Well, we've got 4 minutes plus added on time left here, and it's 1-1. Coventry going to produce another late show as they did at the weekend. Now they've got a free kick. Sakamoto is brought down. And here come the changes then. Cody Drama about to come on for the visitors. Sorry, for the home side. And Matt Crooks. So I thought they might have put him on a bit sooner, Matt Crooks. I think he's a real threat going forward.
He's just a presence as well. He'll go win his headers, but he's mobile. Some great goals he scored for Hull as well. That goal against Sheffield United was outstanding.
Louis Cole makes way. Got to be fair to say, Louis Cole's not in much of a rush to get off the field, and Stephen Alzate is the final Hull change tonight. So Ruben Sellers has done all he can do now. He would have liked Joe Gelhardt to keep that ball under his control. That was a chance on the break for Hull. Somebody's going to get a big chance, Chris, in these next 4 minutes plus added on time. Somebody's going to get a chance to win it.
That's it. I think just that moment, it will come. Just believe in it. But then you just have to make sure you take that opportunity at the minute. Coventry are really kind of turning the screw, pushing Hull back, showing the quality that, we've not really seen it too much this evening, have we?
Well, it's going to be a free kick. Coventry trying to get just inside the box. Hull are determinedly holding the 18-yard line. Referee's in there having a word. 3 minutes of the 90 remaining. Are we going to get another goal? Are we going to get a winner here? 1-1 as it stands. Ball about to be delivered from the right. Keeper comes and collects. He wants to get on with this. Panda, who was taken off his feet there. Now they're stopping him taking it. And the referee will just keep an eye on the situation as Panda will take his time now. The Hull fans want him to get on with it here. They want to go. They want to go and win this. They've got some tricky games coming up, Hull. They're all tricky when you're in the bottom 6 of the Championship. Look, a point could be crucial for them. As Slater goes past Sheaf, driving down the left, still going here. Little back heel finds Amrabat. João Pedro waits in the middle. Amrabat 25 yards out, and it again doesn't really do anything. He eventually finds Drama. He gets it wide to Abu Kamara. Back to Drama now. Crooks is waiting in the area for a ball should it come in. He's trying to make himself available at the near side of the box. Here's Gelhardt. Gelhardt looking for the give and go. Gets it back. Right hand side of the area. Can he float across in it? Tried to thread the needle. And the ball, Drama's fouled. Hadjirata once again falls dramatically to the floor. I just think Amrabat there has missed a trick again, as he just dwelt on it for too long.
Well, I'm looking at Gelhardt there. You know, when you've got Crooks just come on, Pedro in the box, that ball has to come in. You know, I don't understand why he's trying to overplay a little, giving goes at the edge of the box.
Well, Jamie Patterson got the winner at the weekend, and he's coming on here late on. Almost a psychological card being played by Coventry here. Jamie Patterson into the action for Hadjirata, whose night is done. How long will be added on? That is the next big question. Not really had any physio interaction. We had a few stoppages and a few substitutions.
John Egan, that
was the one, wasn't it? It did look like handball from Rodoni. Play on is the call. Here is Patterson. Ooh. Well, he bought himself a yard of space and tried to backheel it, and backheeled it straight out of play.
Yeah, he's a fantastic player. A big fan of Patterson. Got him on a free as well, didn't he? It was like, of course, you got to bring in that quality. But again, he done the hard job. Got away from his man. Drive into that space.
Yeah, get in front of goal.
Yeah.
Who will get themselves in front of goal? Here's Gelhardt. Tries to find Crooks. Just showed a bit too much to Anevite. Rodoni heads it forward. Stab forward. João Pedro. Is he going to have a deciding say in this game? Now Amrabat's after the keeper. Collins. Well, was he upended there, Amrabat? He was just about to close Collins down and he got knocked over. Ball out of play. Oh, late whistle. Gelhardt on Kitching. And the referee says it is a free kick.
Yeah, I think it was a genuine attempt. I don't think there was anything on Gelhardt there. There was no contact. I think just he was going at full pelt and just lost his balance there. 5
minutes remaining. Ruben Sellers has gone in the book for maybe remonstrating with that decision. We're into 5 added on minutes here at the MKM Stadium. Hull 1, Coventry 1. It's hard to know who the point suits best, to be brutally honest. I guess with Hull's more positive goal difference down at the bottom, you'd probably say it suits them the better. Coventry with a point would stay 6th. With a win, they would have gone 5th. And now, all of a sudden, it means should West Brom win against Coventry on Good Friday, on goal difference, they would go above them. So this is a crucial last few minutes here. Here's Amrabat. Amrabat now with a bit of time. Needs to find a pass. Just pokes it out wide for Gelhardt. Drama's going to go on the overlap. Look at this. They're bombing forward, the Tigers here. Drama, if he looks up, he's got 5 in the middle. Cross deflected. And in the end, well dealt with. Or the last bit of the clearance wasn't the best. And Drama nearly won it back. Now the counter's on the other way. And here goes Patterson. He's got Bassett outside him. Bassett goes on his own. Left-hand side. The white shirts are arriving here for Coventry. Cross drilled in. Oh, it falls all the way through. Here's Rodoni. Van Eyck hits it. What a save. Panda again to keep Hull in this match. It's behind for a corner. Van Eyck thought he'd won it for Coventry.
Well, I've got to say, outstanding from Coventry there. Bassett, the ball from Bassett. Van Eyck, the little first touch to Rodoni. He's round about the penalty spot, first touch back. Van Eyck does ever so well, gets it into that near post. Excellent save from Pandur in the Hull City goal.
Can Coventry snatch it? 2 of the minimum 5 played. Hull have not left anybody forward. They've got everybody inside their own penalty area here. 1-1. Pandur's made a few good saves now in this game. Ball's going to be swung in towards the far post again. It's headed away by McLaughlin. Can Amrabat keep it in? He should do. But he's just given it straight to a white shirt. Here's Patterson, who's going to launch it into the box. Headed away. Patterson will bring it down to get another chance. He'll offload it to De Silva. Back to Patterson. Patterson gets it away now. Grimes will look for the cross towards the far post. Crooks will head it down. Kamara couldn't get away. Van Eyck gets it 20 yards out into the box. He goes. Is he going to shoot? He'll pass it. Gets it away on the far side. It's pulled back here. Little drop on the shoulder. Shot comes in blocked. And Hull just need to get it away. They can't get out of their own half at the moment. They can't get out of their own penalty area at the moment. Good work from Patterson, shielding the ball away from Hull. And here come Coventry looking for a late winner. They left it late at the weekend. Is it going to be another late goal for Frank Lampard's side here? Can they win it? Ball here with Van Eyck down the right, drives it across goal. Panda fumbled it and gathered at the second attempt. There was a nibble in there, and rightly so from Rodoni, but Panda was brave and regathered.
Yeah, Panda's done very, very well there, brave as well. Rodoni's put his foot in. There wasn't a reaction from the goalkeeper or even the likes of Hughes round about it as well, so I think it was a genuine attempt for Rodoni to try and just get something on the ball.
Yeah, it definitely came out momentarily. There's a young Hull fan stood in front of us, Dan. She might be about 10 years old. She's living every second here. She's on her feet, waving around her arms and hoping that Hull are going to get some kind of result. They might get a good one. Hammer, oh, he's offside. I thought he broke the offside trap. No real complaints, and in fact he apologises as we go into the 5th of the 5 minimum added on minutes here. It's 1-1. Who'll be happy with the point, Chris? Will they both be happy? Or
I think so. You know, I think if you're looking at Ruben Selles, 1-0 down, came back, showing that character, there's a lot of positives to talk on, and like you say, the goal difference, it gives them a little bit of a cushion, doesn't it?
It does. It will take them 3 points clear of Cardiff. Goal kick for Hull. Is there any late ambition to try and win it? They're not in any great rush, are they? The bottom 5 as it stands: Plymouth bottom on 40, Luton on 40, Cardiff 42, Derby 43 and Hull on 45, Portsmouth 46. Very tight at the bottom, and that will be with 4 games remaining. 2 games, don't forget, across the weekend, and we'll have 4 live games, live and exclusive on Talksport and Talksport 2 on Good Friday. Panda, I think, has made his intentions clear here. There is no ambition to get this ball back in play. We're almost at the 5. Is there a late twist? Ball out of play on this near side. Referee blows the whistle, so it will be a point apiece here. And the home fans who were frustrated at half-time, rather more appeased with the second half effort, although they weren't too happy when Matt Grimes' deflected shot went in off Charlie Hughes and wrong-footed Ivor Panda in the opening 60 seconds of the second half. That meant Coventry were in front, and they had a great chance as well to make it 2-0. Hadji Wright, after a great cross from the right, his header was weak and just bounced off the outside of the post. Louis Coyle blazed over Hull on 74 minutes when really should have hit the target, but then after a hopeful ball into the penalty area, Bradley Collins didn't come to collect it. Abu Kamara, substitute on in the second half, did. His shot deflected in past the keeper to make it 1-1. It ends on us even here. Is it a good point for both? Is it 2 points drop for both? Well, the next 4 games will tell us that. It feels like it's not the worst result in the world for Hull City. They edge closer to survival. Coventry, huge game for them on Friday against West Bromwich Albion. Ends here at the MKM. Hull 1, Coventry 1.
You're absolutely right, Mark Wilson. Coventry stay 6th in the table. They're 3 points above West Brom, who they host on Good Friday here on Talksport 2. Hull are 20th, 2 places and 3 points above the relegation zone. Big games to come for them as well. Chris Uwalume, do you find it a fair result?
Yeah, I have to say, I think so. You know, I think the first goal, a little bit fortunate, Matt Grimes getting that kind of deflection, and then they sat back and defended, allow Hull to kind of react and get into the game a little bit more. Whether the storm, like Frank Lampard sat right behind us and the information was going down, had obviously the AirPod in talking to the staff, and then obviously the goal came, and then all of a sudden Coventry came alive. You know, that's when they actually tried to go and win the game. I didn't know why. As soon as he got that goal at the start of the second half, that's what I expected, that confidence, that freedom to go and express themselves and go and get that second goal. But they sat in, and it just shows you tensions. You know, I think The tension is high. They're a little bit nervous still. It's about protecting the lead. You know, we don't need to do any more. We can, if we protect this, we take 3 points. And it just wasn't to be the case. Hull had a little bit of fortune in the goal itself. But then that's when, like you say, Coventry came alive, and with the quality they've got, I'm surprised at that. So no, I do think it's a fair result.
Should Coventry have had a penalty in that second half? It looked like a late challenge on Sheaf by Alzate. Now, you get a little bit of leeway when you're going in to block a shot, but you got to get near blocking the shot.
Hugh, I don't understand this. You know, it's a free kick everywhere else on the pitch, you know, and I've seen it over the years. Corner kicks, the defender will get there and knock one wide, and then the goalkeeper come out and just clean him out. That's a penalty. It doesn't matter. He's got the advantage, he's got the shot away. And I don't know, it's players don't ask for it. The referee was there, he was looking right at it. For me, it's a late challenge. The shot was away. Alzate was nowhere near connection with the ball itself. It was a late challenge in the box, albeit he got the shot away. For me, it's a penalty kick.
Absolutely, tend to agree with you. Hull City, 3 points above the relegation zone. How much confidence will they take from tonight as they head to Swansea on Friday?
Yeah, I think they'll take a lot of confidence from it. I know Swansea are going well, but Cardiff still have to go to Sheffield United and get something and get a win, and even then they're still, I think goal difference is still better, so there is a cushion there, but it just gives them another one. There's a lot of positives that Ruben Selles can say, look, in a game where you've shown character, you've got back in, we've shared the points, Coventry are going well, they're in the playoff spots, you've done well, now we have to take that to Swansea, who, I like to say, Alan Sheehan's got them tickle along very nicely.
Battle of the Midlands to come on Friday, live on Talksport 2. Coventry hosting West Brom. A win for Frank Lampard's side puts them 6 points ahead of the Baggies. Big game. How do you see it?
Oh, it's huge, isn't it? It is absolutely huge. You know, I'm looking at that. It's you can't call it, because both teams have real good quality there. You know, got experienced managers, know exactly what it's about. You know, Tony Mowbray as well knows exactly what it's about. Being in the playoffs, chasing to get in the playoffs, and that team that he has as well. You know, a little bit inconsistent as of late, but they've always got the quality, and he plays a nice brand of football as well. That is going to be a real. It's going to be one to watch anyway, definitely. Do you want me to make a call on it? That's not what you're asking. I'm not going to sit in the face.
It's impossible to call the game. It's hard.
It's a hard one. It's a hard one.
I mean, I'd love to say call who you think is going to be in the top 6 out of the 2 of them. Equally impossible, I think.
Yeah, I still think it's the top 6 is what we're seeing at the minute. I still think that's going to be the case. I just think the teams have got enough experience about them to protect that lead. But I think Mark called it. I think if West Brom beat Coventry, they go above them on goal difference, is it?
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be very, very tight indeed.
Massive game.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, Chris Uwalumo, Mark Wilson, thank you so much. Great company once again on Talksport 2 this evening. They'll be back very shortly with you on Good Friday as part of our team as we bring you some amazing EFL action. I almost don't want this weekend to end. There was just so many great stories, so many great talking points, so many thrilling matches, so many great goals, and it will all continue once again on Friday as we bring you a packed day of EFL action here on Talksport 2. 2 live and exclusive commentaries. 12:30 I'll be with you for Derby County against Luton. Massive game at the bottom. 3 o'clock we'll have that game between Coventry and West Brom. Over on Talksport, 1 o'clock game day live with Adrian Durham. All the goals as they go in up and down the country. At 5:30, Sheffield United against Cardiff. Massive for both of those 2 teams. And then 8 p.m, live and exclusive on Talksport, Oxford against Leeds. So a massive day coming for you on Good Friday. Easter Monday will be much of the same. You'll have all the Premier League coverage throughout the weekend, all the European action from tomorrow night onwards here on Talksport 2 and on Talksport as well. So a massive week of live action as we reach the nail-biting conclusion to what's been a fantastic season. You can have your say on what you've seen and heard tonight in that game at the MKM, but also Portsmouth's 1-0 win over Fulham over on Talksport as well. Sports Bar about to get underway with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cunday. So get your calls in 03717 223344. You can also send a voice note via WhatsApp to the very same number 03717 223344. Get your text in on 81089 as well. Coming up here next on Talksport 2, it's the Women's Football Show with Leanne Sanderson. But it was a tale of two cities and a tale of two big deflections. Nothing between them as the race for the top 6 and the battle for survival are destined to go right down to the wire. It's finished Hull 1, Coventry 1.